Hello, it's me, Motoberry. Hey guys, I'm not 40 minutes late, actually. I kind of forgot how long Mahjong games were, but I'm here, and that's what matters. Anyways, guys, look at my awesome win. If you're wondering why I was late, that's because I went to Soli's stream, and I peer pressured her into pivoting to one Mahjong game with me. Lol. Okay, wait, but you guys need to see my epic win. I kind of needed this because I did like a ranked game on my iPad earlier while I was still in bed, and I was in first place, and then I freaking dropped from first to fourth at the last round. And it really hurt my spirit. So I low-key needed this. Also, hi everybody. Also, Moosh, that emo is kind of... what is that supposed to be? But let me say hi to everybody. Hello, Zeph. And congratulations on being first. And hello, August, and Tankyo, and Riceco, and Chicken, hello. Did I say hi, Tankyo? Hello. Hi, Jeffrey, and Orm, and S. Perry, hello. And Henry, hello. I'll do a stretch. Yeah, also hi, Anibo, and West. Yeah. Yes, 7 TV has been broken for everyone today? Really? Oh. That's so tragic. Well, I mean, I think most of my emotes aren't even 7 TV, so it's okay. So hi, E Major. We're not actually playing Mahjong. I'll put this off the screen. But yeah, that was why I was late, okay? I was busy winning Mahjong. But yeah, we will play Chaos Head Noah. I was reading Subihibi earlier today too. I just finished chapter 2, or was it Down the Rabbit Hole 2, or whatever they call them. Also, hello, Casanova. Hello. I finished chapter 2 and I don't really fully get the ending. But that's okay. I think most of what happened in chapter 2 was pretty coherent. No spoilers, yeah. I'll make a actual reading schedule. How long did it take you? Well, I started playing last night past 12 p.m. I forgot when I started, lol. But if we're being generous, we could just say it took me 2 days. A little bit of today and mostly yesterday at night. So I think you guys could totally finish it in 3 if you're not reading it all in one go. But I will make my official VN Club thing schedule soon. Also, I just realized I'm not sharing Chaos at Noah. My bad. Where the heck is it? Oh, it's this one. I forgot where we left off last time. We finished chapter 1. That was it. Remember, we went to the ending with Zakuro. Surprised how different the version Orm shared is? What do you mean, how different? Yeah, you guys gotta finish chapter 2 by a certain date, and I haven't picked when. I'm very tempted to make it next Friday, but I feel bad for people who are starting from the very beginning, so... I kind of just wanna... Because I want to read fast, okay? I don't want to, wait several weeks just for, one chapter. Next Friday should be plenty of time. Or maybe... I'm like... I don't know. Translation is a little different. Next Friday is pretty generous. Oh, so I should make it next Wednesday? Exactly a week from now? Also, hi Giga. Tomorrow, to be honest. True. No, but you're supposed to watch my stream instead of reading. Guys, please! Watch me play Chaos Head, though. But I don't know, apparently chapter 2 and chapter 1 are like a similar length if you're like starting them fresh. So like but then like the one after this one is supposed to be super long. Next Wednesday is good too. I think I'm gonna actually make it next Wednesday because I want y'all to hurry up. I start reading ahead. I don't gaff. Guys, it was so interesting. But I really do think that it's definitely better than the first chapter. As cute as the characters were in chapter 1, not much was really going on besides it being like mysterious in general. Okay, but enough about that game. How about this one? Don't read ahead. Fine, but I will make it Wednesday actually because I hate you all. And y'all need to hurry up reading. Will we have write-ups due? I don't actually know whether I want like a full-on like can I make threads in a thread? Is there more to hope for except lesbian sex? I have, well, no spoilers, guys. We could do it just didn't just talk about it. True. I think we'll see. Okay, but I guess I will just force myself to be like chapter 2 only, and then I won't read past that. No. Yeah, you can do a write-up in your thoughts if you want. Also, hi Mac. Okay, I'm pretty sure the beginning of ISA route is skip heavy, but like I have to manually skip because they didn't code it correctly. Wait, you guys are doing book club with VNs? Yes. If you want to also read in Discord, it's a thread in the gaming channel that I just started. You're gonna have to finish chapter 2, or yeah, finish chapter 2 by next Wednesday, or else you get beaten to death with spoilers. But I'll make it official in like a bit. Sorry, I didn't get up out of bed until like it was dinner time. So I didn't have a chance to make anything. Oh cool, finally gonna get an excuse to play stuff. So true. Dude, if I don't have somebody breathing down my neck to finish a visual novel, I put that on the back burner. Or like if I'm not streaming it, I'm sorry, Grisaya. I really need somebody at gunpoint to tell me to finish Grisaya. What's a hi Snow? We just started. But I'll save again. Have to read and watch at the same time? That's dangerous. That's dangerous. Okay, this is... He's live reacting to the new gen. The next, the Dokkan puzzle thing. And we have to manually click through it because, yeah. But yeah, last week we did the Glasses Girl route to Yua, and it was honestly way better than I think anyone expected. And I don't know if ISA can top that. But I'm sure at the very least she'll give us some mystery lore. But I think Yua was like less about lore and more of like a little character story. Inus is so sad. Oh, hi ISA. Also, hi Wannabe Wallaby. I'll have some water. Gulp. Also, we're gonna have a lot of whispering in this for this chapter or route. So this is basically a pseudo ASMR stream. I hope you guys are excited. No bars lined the outside of it. Okay, I read this line before. I'm just gonna, you know, do a little bit of skipping. So basically, she's just reminiscing on the fact that she used to be in a psych ward that was worse than this hospital. For a recap, for people who weren't here. Her injuries were already very nearly healed. Oh yeah, and then this is like post after she jumped from the building, the high school building. But Takumi saved her because she landed on a flower bed instead of the concrete. I feel like I read this before. Her hospital room was private with no other beds beside it. Nobody see that. Okay, I've definitely read this before. Oh, it's the glasses lady. Oh wait, this is a scene with was it the evil guy and the nurse? I think. Did I read this? My head hurts. Maybe I didn't. Me when I was skipping text I haven't read. I'm afraid that's just a side effect of the medicine we gave you. It'll be gone before long, so try your best to ignore it. Having recorded her temperature, the nurse consoled Ayase with a kind smile. Her expression was so gentle, it was clear to all how she was able to put her patients at ease. And yet, despite the nurse's attempts, Ayase simply pushed her hand against her forehead as she shook it back and forth. Ayase had been plagued by mild headaches ever since she had first been hospitalized. They were not especially painful, but they still left her with an uncomfortable feeling that refused to go away, one that felt as if her brain itself was convulsing. It even reached the point where her ability to think was impaired. As well as this, her body would feel as heavy as lead. Oh wait, this is... Oh. Okay, wait. Never mind. We read all this before. Guys, remember when she was tortured? Yeah. I remember that. Oh, this brings me back. Guys, anybody else also have the water drip torture? Where you're chained to a chair and the droplets hit your forehead? She looked like a grandma. Don't say that. She kind of got the grandma fit, though. This happens to us in Mota Court? No, it does not. Guys, I don't torture anybody. Also, hi, not my name. Bro, this whole scene! I don't need to see this again! Bruh. Whatever, it's okay. Her green outfit is so cute. Maybe it's just me. I feel like it doesn't really match her. I feel like it was on a different person. If it was on me, it matched. But I guess maybe it's just because, like, she already got the pink eyes and, like, the blue hair. Also, hi, Tobes. She doesn't torture us, I promise. Yeah, me with the gun to your head. Say it again, Topaz. With more enthusiasm. She didn't get the green woman pass. True. But also, like, when I used to make, like, OCs or whatever, I usually just, like, didn't touch, like, the cooler hair, like cooler tone hair, because I got scared because I don't know how to dress those kind of characters. Basically, he's trying to interrogate her or something. I forgot why we was here, but we already did this. Guys, it'll be new stuff soon. Can you promise? After a while. Anyways, I had pork katsu for dinner. It was quite yummy. And I had that with rice and sauce. Yeah. And then ISA rambles about cryptic things. I love skipping. Maybe I should use the forbidden skip button. La. Oh. What was that noise? Is this new stuff now? Hello? Okay, so we are meeting up with ISA. Okay, this, I think... I mean, we met her at the hospital before, but it might be different because this is where the route started. Like, in order to get on this route, we had like a thing with our bestie. Okay, and they're trying to find out where her room is. Okay, we've actually read this though. Maybe it's different when we actually get in. Okay. Why do they hate me? Oh shit, this one it? Okay. Maybe I should have done this last stream. Lol. I knew it was gonna be like this. Oh. But that tone didn't last very long. His face immediately froze. Running what made him stop. I decided to peek over his shoulder. Hello? Oh. Yo! Wait, why she got so many swords? The room was around 10 square meters in size. Past the entrance, there was a bathroom to the right and a bed in the back. And on the bed... Oh. Hey! God, I think this is different from last time. Sat ISA, stained with blood from head to toe. Her hollow eyes pierced straight through us. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Rimi's sword and Nanami's. I think. Mizumi-kun let out a pathetic scream, then shoved me aside and flew out of the room. I wanted to run as well, but... Yeah, the one that's across is our sisters. This one's Rimi, and then I'm pretty sure that this one's just ISA's. My legs were frozen in place. I quivered in fear. And yet, at the same time, I was struck by the bewitching beauty of the blood-drenched girl, as well as the things leaning against the wall behind her. I couldn't move an inch from where I stood. The objects resting there, as if it were the most normal thing in the world, were D-swords. 3 of them to be precise, including the one I've seen her wielded before. Each one had a different shape. One had a form so strangely sophisticated it could barely pass for a sword. Another was shaped like a cross, its form evoking a sense of heart-rending pity. And the last one, which ISA had used before, appeared mystical yet aerodynamic. Why did I say have 3 D-swords? Hey, why should get 3 and I get 0? Wait, why have I assumed that a person could only have 1? Maybe Senna and Kozupi had multiple swords too.
Takumi.
Oh. Takumi. She called my name and I gulped. She began to approach me, her body surrounded by an air of elegance. I was frozen in place. You came after all. Why is there just so much blood? Her pajamas were dyed crimson by an abundance of blood that hadn't even dried yet. The rusty smell of fresh blood seeped into my nose. This is the blood of the Black Knights. Oh. Did she kill them? But Black Knights? Is it yours?
It
is not. Then, whose? And were you the one who killed them? Ayase smiled a wide smile and then she giggled. You must be frightened, Takumi. She stroked my cheek with her blood-soaked fingers. But what frightens you the most lies within your own heart. You must cleanse your wicked heart of impurity and safeguard only the purity that remains within. If you can achieve this, you shall obtain your D-sword. You must obtain it at all costs. You are a Black Knight. You possess the strength to do so. But if I get a D-sword, are you gonna kill me too? Tango, why did you type #slowstrokers in chat? I'm scared. Why would you say something like that? I mean, you're here to kill Black Knights, right? Do not be fooled. That is the impure wickedness swaying you. He's joking right now? That's crazy. Tango, explain yourself before I question you. Because of the line that Fez said. When did she say slow strokers? Oh, stroked cheek. Sorry, it's the stream delay, okay? How could you say that? I thought you were wholesome, Tango. My bad. Shaking my damn head. Ayase peered at my face, her hand still on my cheek. Her eyes looked hollow and yet I could sense a profound radiance buried deep within them. I couldn't take my eyes off her. Black Knights hold authority over wicked hearts. However, the wicked heart our cake was cutting. The gradual saga, volume 6, verse 250. Gradual love gradually erode the domain of wicked hearts, reach complete dominance under a veil of silence before at last driving them to rampage. We cannot afford to lose this battle. We must oppose the wicked-hearted king's invasion of the hearts of men. I had never made eye contact with a 3D girl for this long before. I was completely captivated by the traces of sorrow, desolation, and vigor in her eyes. I hadn't listened to a single word she said. Honestly, it's so true, Takumi. Even though I'm the one saying it's going out out my mouth and not reaching my ears. Protect me! When I snapped out of the trance, I found myself muttering that protect me! Please! Very well. Ayase nodded without a second thought, and then she brought her face closer to mine. The stench of blood grew stronger, becoming more and more overwhelming. Desperate Riz. True. This is how it was foretold. She whispered softly in my ear. My heart was racing. I will protect you.
Protect me as well.
With her body smeared in blood, she was so corrupt, so impure, and yet so bewitching at the same time. It was hard to believe that a girl like her was a student at my school, and in the same year as me, no less.
There are no longer any other Black Knights who can fill this role. At first, I attempted to gather the Black Knights as prophesized, but with my strength alone, it proved impossible. But if you're here talking to me...
Just like she had at the concert, Ayase showed me a face that was unbearably seductive. A face she really showed.
Eventually, the gate of Cocytus will open, and when it does, the wicked-hearted king shall descend upon this world. That is why we must hurry and collect them. All 7 D swords. You and I, together.
There were 3 D swords leaning against the wall. In other words, there were 4 left. Wait, are we gonna kill everybody this route? Bye-bye, Senna and Kosupi.
One of them is the D sword you must obtain yourself.
I already tried. I couldn't do it. Back at Ofront, I'd come so close, but in the end, I'd thrown it all away. I'd given up completely on getting a D sword.
Do not succumb to despair. Many more opportunities shall arise. It is already visible to you after all. That alone is evidence that you are a Black Knight.
So, eventually, I'll be able to do it?
If you can conquer the impurity of your wicked heart, then it is certain.
What was wicked heart supposed to mean? Was she saying my heart was wicked and impure because of my perverted delusions or something? Oh god, it would not be easy to conquer that. Probably even impossible. WTF? Ayase let go of me and returned to her bed. And right when she did, she suddenly began undoing the buttons on her pajamas.
I'll be changing clothes now.
Wait. Without me? Flustered, I instantly looked away. I figured I should probably leave the room, but right as I went to... Oh.
Stay.
After hearing that, I couldn't move an inch. The only thing I heard after that was a sound of Ayase taking her clothes off, echoing throughout the quiet room. The hospital room wasn't very big. It was slightly larger than my base, but still pretty small. And so there I was, alone in a tiny room with Ayase, and she was right behind me, changing clothes. I could tell it was happening right behind my back. Shit, I was so nervous, but why? It made no sense. Feeling like I was used to this kind of stuff. There was a scene just like this in that one Eroge, a slime girl appears with stitches by Higashi Matasema.
Why do you look away, Takumi?
Because I shouldn't look. My voice almost cracked as I spoke.
Are you abashed?
Are you not? Was she trying to tell me that it was okay to look? I mean, I wasn't into 3D girls, not even remotely. That being said, if she was giving me permission to look, I wasn't gonna say no.
You should be made aware that you are being fooled. Those feelings of yours, they're proof of his erosion of your wicked heart.
Fooled? By who?
The wicked-hearted king, Gladual.
I casually picked up the book on the bedside table in front of me. On the cover was the Gladual Saga, Volume 17, the Book of Psalms and Revelation. Also, hi, Nomi Crow. Who's Gladual?
A wicked existence. The manifestation of negative delusions. The collective unconscious of the darkness that dwells within the hearts of all. A deity that will bring about the end of the world. Also eye hypnose.
Why is everyone whispering? It's because that's her voice. Because she has an ASMR voice, okay? But everybody else, all the other characters don't whisper. It's just that it's her route, so I'm gonna be doing that a lot.
He goes by many names.
Does that guy use a wheelchair? Like, is he disabled?
Gradual does not always take human form. I have finished. You may look.
Oh. Wow, she got so clean so fast. I slowly turned back around to face Ayase. She was already done changing clothes, and for some reason, she was now wearing her school uniform. Also, hi, Riggs. Wife. Oh, so now you have multiple wives? I thought Yua was your wife. Also, I will say that I take back my Yua slander. I really liked her route, actually. You were not crazy.
Because he is drawing near, Gradual's awakening is upon us. We need to be ready to move at all times.
Then wouldn't normal clothes be better? Well, whatever. What's done is done. Does this Gladual guy have anything to do with gigalomaniacs?
Gigalo? Nani? Gigalo? What?
Ayase raised her eyebrows in confusion. Seemed like she didn't know. Maybe gigalomaniac was just a term that Senna used for them. Gigalomaniacs? That's what Senna called people with a D-sword and powers. She said that the D-sword is like a channel or something connected to the Diraxi.
I suppose everyone has their own names for things. A D-sword is the materialization of one's own wicked heart. That is what is written in the Gladual Saga, Volume 3, verse 1123. It is a tome of prophecies.
As she said that, her gaze was fixated on the book in my hands. Oh. She's so moe in this pose. Kyan!
Everyone seems to believe that my lyrics contain foreknowledge. But in truth, I simply take inspiration from the Gladual Book of Psalms and Revelation. Which must mean that those psalms are some sort of dream prophecy. How did nobody else notice this?
Written prophecy? Are you kidding me?
I am completely serious. Everything happening in Shibuya right now, and everything that will happen, has been foretold in the form of a story by Ziegler.
Ziegler?
The author of the Gladual Saga. He has since passed away, but I believe Ziegler was a great Black Knight when he was alive.
I was really starting to think that Black Knights were just her term for gigalomaniacs. And if the author of this book was a gigalomaniac, then no wonder he could predict the future. Okay. I skimmed through the book. I was holding the... My bad. The Gladual Saga, Volume 17, the Book of Psalms and Revelation, and what I saw shocked me. Oh. Sam, girl! You've been reading a blank book! It was blank. No matter how many pages I turned, no matter where I looked inside the book, there wasn't a single word. She kind of crazy though. I turned back to check the front cover. It wasn't a normal book cover. It was almost entirely blank. All that was written was the title and the author, not even the name of the publisher. Once again, I tried flipping through the book from the beginning. But even the first page was blank, and no matter how many pages I went through, I couldn't find a single one with any writing. Yo, my kind of book. Is this a misprint?
What do you mean?
I mean... Isn't this just completely blank?
What are you saying? ちゃんと書かれているわ。
Everything is written there.
何度も読んでいる
I
の。
have read it through it.
私は。
I've read through it countless times.
そんなこと言ったって。
What are you talking about? Look! I shoved the open book right in Ayase's face.
どこからどう見ても
I don't care what you say. That's totally blank.
ちっとも白紙なんかじゃないわ。
It's not blank at all, though.
いや、白紙だって。
Yes it is.
ここに字が書いてある。
There are words written
見
right
えない
there.
の？
Can you not see them? Talk to me.
Was she screwing with me, or was she actually being serious? Maybe Ayase had been a complete mental case all along, and I'd only realized it just now.
君には見えないのね。
So you cannot see them.
侵食されているからだわ。
Then you are
写真
being
を。
eroded by the wicked-hearted king.
Ayase was dead serious. She really didn't seem to be joking. In fact, I was pretty sure I'd never seen her crack a joke once before. I took another look at the book, but I didn't I didn't see anything.
僕には白紙にしか見えないよ。
It really just looks blank to me.
そう。
I see.
Ayase's shoulders drooped in disappointment, and then she took the book from my hands. Her hands were cold to the touch. Yo, let me warm
考
those
え
up
た
for
こ
you.
とがある。
Have you ever thought about it?
Huh?
何が？
Thought about what?
世界は人によって
That the shape of the
見える
world
形が
is
違
formed
うという
by
け
the eye of
ど、
the beholder.
その差異を確かめるこ
And
とは
nobody
で
can
きないわ。
measure the difference in
概念や
perception.
認識を他人と
Concepts
完
or
璧に一致
cognition
させる
can
こと
never
は
match
不可
between
能
two
だから。
people.
でもこれだけははっきりして
But
いる。
I can at least say this much.
君が見てい
The
るも
difference
のと
between what you
私
see
が
and
見
what
て
I
いる
see
もの。
can be attributed
その
purely to
違
the
いは
influence of our
写
wicked
真によ
hearts.
る影響よ。
Also, hi
写
Ninja.
真の集合
Yes,
体
this
が
is
写
basically
真を
what
封
ASMR.
じおる。
I started rambling about some cult thing.
And the wicked-hearted king, Gladual, is the collective of all wicked hearts.
目覚めようとしている。
He's about to awaken
もう
soon.
もしも目覚めたら、
And if he does, it is entirely certain
この世に67
that
億あ
all
る世界
6.7
は
billion worlds
邪
in this
神
land
を
shall
生
be
む混沌によ
amalgamated
って混じり、
through the chaos
溶け合
born
うこ
from
と
the
になる。
wicked-hearted king. And then they shall melt together into one.
境界が消え、
Boundaries will
邪
disappear.
神により
All
団
shall be
結された世界に
consolidated
な
by
る
the
のよ。
wicked hearts into a single world.
あらゆるも
Everything
のが
will
規
be
則性も
reborn
な
in
く生まれ、
chaos, lacking any pattern,
あらゆるものが
only to perish in
一
an
瞬で
instant.
死ぬ。
Concepts, cognition,
概念も認識
casualty,
も
all
因
of
果
them
律も
will shatter.
すべて破壊され
Casual,
る。
Casualty? Is that? Oh, whatever.
すべて
I think that's
愛
right.
が故に何もない世界。
a world including everything and therefore containing nothing.
あらゆる神話と同
Like
じよう
any
に
other
予
legend,
言
this
されてい
calamity
る
too has been prophesized
終末予言。滅
by
び
the
抜いた。
revelation, the Psalms of the Apocalypse.
Oh, was that really true? Was that what was written in that blank book? In the Gladual Book of Psalms of Revelation?
このままでは
If we do
滅
not
びの
act,
結末に
the
至るだけ。
apocalypse will be unavoidable, and the world shall see its ending.
今、
But if we
止
act
められるの
now,
は
you and I could stop it.
私と君、
We are the only ones who can.
二人しか。
どうして
Why
僕ら二人なの？
just us?
導きよ。
Guidance.
他の黒騎士は
The wicked-hearted
すでに
king
邪神
has
王に
already
侵
eroded
食さ
the
れて
rest
しま
of
っ
the
た。
Black Knights.
Oh, wait, Ayase had said earlier that the blood on her was from the other Black Knights. Had she killed them somewhere here in the hospital? If she had, then where were all the bodies? Then, right as I thought that, Ayase walked past me and placed her hand on the door.
どこ行くの？
Where are you going?
おしっこよ。
Oh.
To be.
Yo, let me in though.
Can I see?
With a deadpan expression, she answered me and then headed off without waiting for my reply.
Huh?
Ugh. I looked around the room, trying to find more volumes of the Gladual Saga, but no dice. I didn't know how many volumes there were in total, but the one I picked up before was the 17th. Volumes 1 through 16 were nowhere to be found. Of course, it was possible that she just hadn't brought them to the hospital. I still couldn't believe that the book was totally blank despite seeing it with my own two eyes. And so, I left the room before Ayase came back. What? Why are you leaving, Huz? So the hospital had this corner set up on the far end of the lobby. Countless PCs were lined up there. They all had internet access, something I'd learned from the countless times I'd been there. Now that visiting hours had ended, all signs of life in the lobby had vanished. Even though it was so busy during the day, the lobby was now covered by an eerie silence, making it impossible for me to calm down. I'd definitely get kicked out if a nurse saw me, so I made a dash for the PCs. I was an idiot. I knew a thing or two about Western mythos and stuff, and I'd learned it all from anime, manga, and the games I'd gone through. But even with all that, I'd never heard of the Gladwell Saga before. The first time I'd seen that name was when I'd looked into ISA online. So without further ado, time to look it up. I got quite a few results, way more than I expected actually, which worried me. Maybe I really was the only one who didn't know about it. So hi, Dino. But as I looked closely at the results, I noticed one common denominator. All of them had something to do with Phantasm or Fez. Whenever the Gladwell Saga was mentioned, it had to do with something Fez mentioned or Phantasm's world building and other stuff like that. It was all a bunch of hearsay. But no matter how much I searched, I couldn't find any discussion on the actual contents of the book. Lol. Yo! There was a wiki entry for it, but it barely even touched upon the premise. Fictional. A series of high fantasy novels based on the Eastern European myth of Gladwell the Wicked-Hearted King. Told over the course of 23 volumes, it depicts the battle between the 7 Black Knights and Gladwell. It was written by R.C.O. Ziegler from 1929 to 1951. Do we have a 4chan equivalent in this game? Yeah, there's basically 2chan or whatever. But he's not at home now. So he can't log in. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking about the way that they didn't want to copyright Wikipedia. That was all that was written there. Compared to the pages on the other legends, each of which were all filled to the brim with information, this one felt a little lacking. Yeah, well, they name it Achan, but it's like based on 2chan, I'm pretty sure. Or like basically Japanese 4chan. Even the wiki page on these swords went into more details than this. Or I guess it's called @channel in this game and not @chan. And since this was wiki pedophilia, the free encyclopedia that anyone could edit, there was really no way to verify its accuracy. The picture on the D-Sword page had been entirely off the mark, for example. At the end, there was one thought that kept coming to the forefront of my mind. What if the Gladwell Saga was simply a product of ISA's delusions? Maybe ISA was trying to create some sort of Lovecraftian mythos or something. Hell, Lovecraft himself, if I remember correctly, had used his books to share his crazed delusions with others. If that was what ISA was doing with her songs, then all this, even though it might have sounded kind of cool, was just a load of crazy schizo bullshit! And to make things worse, ISA didn't seem to realize that she was confusing it with reality. Wikipedia. I can't believe they did this. Was everything ISA told me nothing but her insane delusions? Maybe the whole apocalypse thing was simply some delusions she wanted to see. Typical Chunibyo stuff. Tortured kids who just wanted to see the world burn. Yes, I guess that includes me. So, if that was true, then what exactly did ISA actually want to happen? What kind of ending did she wish to reach? How did she want this legend to end? And was she someone I could trust? I think my theory is that ISA... I don't know. I mean, definitely she had like some weird torture stuff happen to her, so maybe like... It's like knowledge in her brain that like, I don't know, it locked away or something. I don't know. Who made this game series, bro? The same people that made Steins Gate. Why am I even questioning it? Ayase is all I have left. Rin was gone, Sen was kind of scary, and Kozupi was unreliable. So it didn't matter how crazy she was, she could spout delusions all day for all I cared. Ayase was the only one I could rely on. Plus she had a D-sword, there was no denying that, and her song really had prophesized the Nugent cases, whether they were based on delusions or not. Or Nugent had been happening because her delusions were becoming reality. If anything, though, that just meant she was even more powerful than I thought. No harm in using that power to my advantage. I needed her. And luckily, for God knows what reason, she seemed to be interested in me. So as long as I took her words with a grain of salt, I'd probably be fine. Yep, it was all going to be just fine. We're gonna go hang back in the hospital room? I guess so. When I came back to the hospital room... Oh. What am I supposed to do for this? Am I gonna sing? I already forgot how it goes. Strike the stake! Strike the stake! Read the dark night and in the new light. Thousands of iron hammers become thy pain. Now thou art released. Before long the screams flutter in the air, and the night sky becomes tainted in a brilliant red. They are singing the same song. She's so operatic. Why can't that be me? Or actually, was that a compliment for me? Actually, and not Ayase? Ayase was sitting on her bed eating some hospital food, or wait, she wasn't actually eating it. She was just listlessly poking her frozen tofu with her chopsticks, all while quietly singing a song. It was one of the prophetic phantasm songs, the one that foretold the third Nugent case crucifixion. It was called A Contract of Blood to Seal or Sin. I was familiar with it myself as I had bought the album. But in this case, Ayase wasn't striking a stake, rather she was striking her chopsticks into her tofu, or I suppose it was closer to stabbing. As soon as she saw me, she gave a faint smile as if relieved about something. Why is she on Lily all of a sudden?
I did not think you would come back. Where did you go?
I just wanted to look something up, so I went to use the PCs in the lobby. Oh.
Sleep here tonight. With me.
Oh. Really? I flinched instinctively at Ayase's bold request, and I tripped a flag without noticing.
Are you hungry? You may have some if you wish.
She picked up some frozen tofu with her chopsticks and offered it to me. Yeah, we're getting laid. Are you only offering because you don't want it?
Yes.
Also, hi, Kev Kosk. Ohio. She pursed her lips into a smile.
The hospital food is abominable. His wicked heart is drenched in impurity. Of this I am certain.
God damn it, wicked heart's this, wicked heart's that. Was this all she knew how to say? If the two of us were talking online, she would have been banned for spamming by now. Then is it still safe to eat, even if its wicked heart is tainted?
But yours is already tainted, is it not, Takumi?
Uh-oh.
All those boxed lunches and instant noodles, they are prime examples of tainted food.
No, she hates my processed food! Sorry that my food's not natural. Whatever. I'm about to cook a hot pocket for myself.
If you wish to awaken as a Black Knight, you should hold your intake of them.
綾瀬は
Okay.
普段は何を食べてるの？
Okay, what do you usually eat?
チョコレート
Oh.
Chocolate.
Chocolate? Shouldn't that be tainted too? Was that actually all she ate? Chocolate? Talk about an unbalanced diet. Hers was even worse than mine. What the fuck?
チョコレートはいいわ邪神を打ち払う
Chocolate is
力を
fine.
持つの
Its sweetness has the power to repel impurity.
Bullshit. You may talk fantasy, but really you just have a sweet tooth?
というわけで匠
Me when I try to rap, try to shoehorn my lore to fit my favorite food in. Guys, all the other ones are bad, but my fave is okay though.
Anyhow, Takumi, open wide.
I say brought the frozen tofu closer to my face. Yeah, I'll pass. I'm not really a fan of frozen tofu either.
いらない。
I'm good.
それは許されないわ
I cannot accept that.
What the fuck is going on? This wasn't fair! It was every man's dream to hear a girl say, okay, say ah, so why did it do nothing for me? Maybe it was because the food was Ayase's unwanted leftovers, or maybe it was because she was a 3D girl. Well, she definitely wasn't going to give up trying to feed me, so I reluctantly opened my mouth. As I chewed the tofu, the broth spread throughout my mouth.
よく頑張ったわ
Very good.
これで一歩
Now you are one step closer to becoming a Black Knight, Takumi.
匠
I shouldn't feel any closer.
次はこのきんぴ
And
ら
now,
ごぼうを
for your vegetables.
Please, I say no more. Keep eating, Takumi. I want you to get bigger. Bro, this game, is it satire? I think it's just how the protagonist is. He's like a gooner incel, weeb. He's a lot of things actually. My god, what I've said. When she finished feeding me, Ayase had once again started going on about the gradual saga, but this time she really got into it. Even once the sun had started setting, she seemed oblivious to the fact that the room was getting darker. Not once had she thought to turn on the lights. For the most part though, she'd pretty much just gone in depth on the things she'd already mentioned prior to that, nothing really new. And she wasn't exactly the most engaging storyteller, so now I was starting to get sleepy. Though, considering that Shogun was still out there, it probably wasn't smart to be dozing off.
というわけなのよ理解できた
And that is our duty. Do you understand this?
Yeah. I can't tell if disliking 3D women is a real-life issue in Japan or not anymore. I mean, I feel like there's people everywhere. And we're not... Maybe not that many of them, but like, I'm pretty sure there's people online that do feel that way. Yeah. I can't stand 3D woman. Ugh. Who asked you? I hadn't listened to a word she said, but I decided to just nod for now. And when I did, Ayase squinted at me and then moved in close.
聞いてなかったのね
Uh-oh. Yikes! Yikes, I didn't turn on my tits, guys. Wait. Gulp. Looks like somebody just wasted 6,000 points. I'm sorry. I'll turn it on. Mods, can we get a refund? Oh, no refunds? Yeah, it's fine. That's what Tanku gets for saying slow strokers. You were not listening, were you? Okay, it's on now. I'm pretty sure. Oh.
No.
Sorry. Ugh. She usually didn't show. Thanks, guys. Also, hi, Rocket. She usually didn't show much in the way of emotion, but I guess even she could get mad under the right circumstances. Maybe I should apologize for upsetting her.
それも邪心に染まっているせいよ。
It seems that impurity runs deep within your wicked heart.
Oh my god, again with the wicked hearts!
先に取り除かなくてはならな
I
いよ
suppose
う
we
ね
will have to excise it
君の
before we
侵食
perceive
した
the
邪心を
impurity that has eroded your wicked heart.
でなければ
If we do not, purity
純
shall
粋な
never
る邪
be
心は
able
培
to
養
flourish
されな
within
い
you.
Excise? Yo, excise me with a kiss? Please. What was she trying to do to me? By the sounds of it, some kind of terrifying heart surgery. It gave me the chills just thinking about it. But it seemed like my guess was off. With a slightly sorrowful expression, I say licked her lips. It caught a quick glimpse. I'd caught a quick glimpse of her pink tongue, and I must admit that moment was extremely sexy. Is she hella chunibyo? Yeah.
君の邪心を取り除くためなら
I shall do anything to excise your impurity.
望みがあった
If
ら
there's
言
anything
って
you desire, you must tell me.
Anything. Well, I still don't know what she meant by excise your impurity, but well then, how about for starters?
キスでもしてもらおうか。
I'm surprised he even asked for this. How bold.
Would you even kiss me?
Despite the darkness, I could see the rigidness of her expression. Maybe I got a little too far. I really didn't want her to start hating me, and I definitely didn't want her to abandon me, so I rushed to apologize. Or at least I tried to, but she didn't give me the opportunity. Instead, she grabbed me by the collar and shoved me into a nearby closet.
ちょ、何を
Wait, what are you? Shh. Oh. She pressed her body against mine, and then she closed the door behind us, leaving us tightly packed into the closet. Or inside the closet. The closet was incredibly cramped. It wasn't designed for people. In order for two people to fit, they had to be pressed right up against each other. Are you snoring? No. Guys, it's just how I'm breathing. I got that pug breath. It didn't help that I could feel stifled breath on my ear either. Maybe it was how dark it was, but the situation was really turning me on.
どうしたの
What's going on?
看護師の見回りよ
The nurses are doing their rounds.
Oh, so that's why we were hiding. Visiting was prohibited at night, and so obviously sleeping over was too. If they found out I was here, they'd kick me out immediately. Okay, but why was Ayase hiding with me?
この病院にも敵は多いわ
There are enemies all around us, even this hospital.
Enemies?
グラジオールの使い
The
私た
harbingers
ちの
of
心を支配しようと
Harbinger?
淡々と狙っているのよ
I forgot how to pronounce this. Harbinger of Glad.
well, they lie in wait for any opportunity to subjugate our hearts.
Even the nurses were our enemies?
それってただの被害
Are
妄
you
想
sure that's just not your persecution complex speaking?
静かに
Quiet.
I had no idea what brought it on, but Ayase suddenly sealed my lips with hers. Oh. Oh. Hey. Wait, Takumi looks kind of silly. He looks so silly and cute in the CG. Oh, score! Oh. Her lips were so soft. Ew. That's not very nice. It was enough of a shock to make my mind go completely blank. That was when I heard the door open. At the same time, some strange mechanical sound. Whoever they were trying to be stealthy, but I still heard them come through the door. Oh.
いないわ
The nurse! She's not here! I heard a female voice. I felt like I'd heard it before, but I couldn't exactly remember when.
逃げられたのかしら。
I worry she ran away!
まさか私たちの正体に気づか
Could
れ
she
た。
have figured us out?
ええ。不用意
You're
に
right,
接触
perhaps I
しすぎ
went
た
a
のか
little
もしれない。
overboard with how many times I made contact. She was talking to someone, but I couldn't hear the other person's voice. She must have been on the phone. Isa's lips were still glued to mine. Her sweet aroma lingered in the air. It smelled absolutely incredible. They were so soft, and not just her lips, but her breasts, her shoulder, her hips, her thighs. Every part of her body that pressed up against mine was soft as could be. There was probably something really dangerous standing outside the closet, but that thought didn't even register in my mind. I was completely lost in pleasure.
そっちの処理は済んだ？
Have you finished your mission?
そう。
Oh,
これから
so that was just step one. I see. It's about time I head for the scramble crossing then.
それじゃあね。
See you later.
守る。
May the divine light save you,
信仰の救
Mamoru.
いあれ。
Seems like they finished their conversation, and with that, the suspicious woman silently left the room. I could tell that the coast was clear. It would probably be safe to come out of the closet now. But Ayase still hadn't let go of me. And then, for only a moment, she pulled her lips away from mine. She looked up at me, tears welling in her eyes.
匠。
Takumi,
私は導きで。
I will be your guide, and you will be
救世
the
主。
Messiah.
そう決まっているの。
It has been decided.
だから
Therefore,
何をしてもいいの。
I will do anything.
叶えてあげるわ。
Any wish you have, I shall grant it.
どんな望み
Yo, my enabler! I didn't really get what she was trying to say. I figured she was probably just spewing her crazy delusions again. But either way, I didn't mind.
匠。
Takumi. Takumi.
I say kiss me again, except this time it was nothing like before. This time Ayase's tongue, slick with saliva, forced my mouth open, shoved its way deep inside, and cooled around my own. Nothing else mattered to me anymore. I just let myself give in to the pleasure, embracing Ayase's slender, supple hips. I'm gonna splooge! Okay, I'm not voicing that. It was becoming a little hard to breathe. When I tried inhaling, I just ended up sucking in Ayase's hot breaths. You can see there is a pattern in all the hair and routes where it feels like there should be a seam, but there isn't one exactly. I guess that's kind of true. Well, actually, we didn't even kiss Yua in Yua's route. But I guess she did lock us up. And, I don't know. This game could have been improved with age scene. Johnson, report Johnson! The Johnson is standing. Yua's naked and trying to make Takumi experience emotions to awaken him? Oh, wait! True. I guess they wanted to keep it wholesome. Well, it's not really that wholesome with the Johnson mentions, but keeping it PG so I can release it on console. It's so eroy. It kind of feels like there just should have been. Yeah, it's a little surprising. It makes more sense for this game than others. Yeah, especially because he's like a little gooner, little porn addict. I read that. Ayase's saliva spilled into my mouth. It tasted incredibly sweet. I swallowed it with audible gulps. My brain was completely paralyzed, mesmerized to the core. I never expected the touch of a 3D girl to feel this good. Oh. Oh. Hello? I heard a sharp sound in the distance. Startled by the noise, Ayase backed away.
今の音は
Yeah, don't worry about that though. What was that sound? Her lips were soaked in the mixture of our saliva. Even in the darkness, it was clearly visible. I couldn't care less about the sound. I just wanted to go back to making out with Ayase. And if possible, go even further beyond. Hell yeah, losing my V card for the win. But wait, hold on. Had Ayase been with other men before? If so, then wouldn't that kind of bring down the whole experience? Or maybe Arrogate had just eroded my brain? Wow. How many bodies you got, Ayase? Nah, there was no way Ayase had past experience. No normie would want to stick their dick in someone this crazy after all. I mean, even Misumi-kun had to run away from her.
ヘラヘラしていないで、匠。
You mustn't take this lightly, Takumi.
させん。
It says, oh. As they had slapped me, my hopes and dreams were dashed in an instant, and in their place, anxiety arose. I felt like I was about to cry. As they was staring daggers at me, but I couldn't help but cling on to her all the same.
ごめん。
I'm sorry.
嫌わないで。
Please don't hate me.
邪神に支配されるのではなく、邪
Do
神を
not allow
己に
yourself to
取り
be
込み、
dominated by your wicked heart. Let it instead be absorbed into yourself.
でなければ、
If you do not,
黒騎士として
you will
目
never
覚めること
awaken
は
as
で
a
きない。
Black Knight.
それを忘れないで。
Never forget this.
The abuse is already starting. I feel like she's not Dami Mommy. Pretty sure the reason I'd gotten all turned on was because of the kiss, not all this wicked heart stuff, but I couldn't be bothered trying to even argue with her.
行くわよ。
Goon, but don't come. Yeah. You need to edge talk to me.
Let us go.
Go where?
銃声だったわ。さっきの音。
That's how we heard. That was a gunshot.
A gunshot here in Japan? In a hospital? It hadn't sounded like one to me. Then again, I've only heard them in movies or video. So it wasn't like I had any frame of reference as to what a real one sounded like.
銃声だったとして。
Even if that was a gunshot, what do you expect us to do about it?
これもまた、予言
This
にあっ
too
たわ。
has been foretold.
すでに邪神王との戦いは始まっているのよ。
Oh, King. Bro.
Has already begun.
黒騎士の心が殺されてい
The
く。
hearts of the Black Knights are soon to perish.
だから回
So
収
we
するの
must。retrieve them, the
Be so
swords.
私たちにできるの
That
は
is the
そ
only
れ
thing
だけ
we。can do.
The Black Knights were going to perish? Had that bullet we'd heard been fired at someone?
警察に。
We should call the police.
ダメよ。
That would serve no
警察の邪
purpose.
神に
The
支
police
配
have
されて
long
しまっ
since
てい
been
る。
dominated by wicked hearts.
We were reaching unprecedented levels of schizo here. Ayase had completely lost it. The Gladual Saga was nothing more than a delusion of hers. Everything she said was nothing more than a delusion of hers. I'd asked myself earlier what kind of ending she wished to reach, and I was still asking, seriously, what was her end goal here, and what the hell was I supposed to do?
ついてきて。
Come
匠。
now, Takumi.
Ayase was already on her way out. I hesitated to follow her, but that was when I realized. The 3D swords leaning against the window were gone. Had she taken them with her? I bit my lip, hesitating for just a moment longer, but in the end, I decided to follow after her. I mean, surely she'd notice something like that. Ayase had gone straight for the rooftop. It was almost as if she knew exactly where the gunshot had come from. There was no hesitation as she walked. The hospital's roof had been turned into some sort of garden. The plants were all fully grown and the flowers were in full bloom, but it was too dark to tell what color they were. I hid behind Ayase and took a look around. I couldn't sense anyone there. In fact, I didn't sense any signs of life at all. Had the gunshot really come from there or here? And even if it had, who fired it? Guns weren't exactly common in Japan.
やっぱり。
Oh, we really should leave.
もし撃たれたらまずいよ。
If we stay, we might get shot. But Ayase didn't listen to my pleas. Instead, she moved even farther into the garden, meaning I pretty much had to follow her. And then I saw a dim blue light in front of me. It was extremely faint, as if it'd go out any at any moment, but it was undeniably there, flickering in the darkness.
ディソードだわ。
It is a D-sword.
Oh, isn't this Yua's? Where you at though? Well, unless she also got shot. It was unendingly elegant, and yet it possessed a razor-sharp edge, as if it longed to cut down all around it. Its presence was completely otherworldly. Oh, give me that. Two people were lying on the concrete near the D-sword. I recognized them. Yua! The girl in the school uniform with eyes pointed up at the sky was Yua, no doubt about it. What was she doing here? Another person was a middle-aged man. Looking at him closely, I realized it was the same detective that had questioned me after the crucifixion case. They were both lying down on the ground completely still. I carefully approached them. That was then I noticed a puddle of blood around them. I jumped back in shock, but it was too late. The crimson liquid had already colored the bottom of my shoes. The detective's body was especially soaked in blood. You, on the other hand, didn't seem to be wounded. Oh, what the hell happened here? Why were you and the detective together? Now that I knew there was a detective involved, the gunshot made more sense, but who had he shot at? Yua? A million questions were racing through my head, so many in fact that I couldn't even begin to organize them. I couldn't handle the confusion, so I turned to Ayase for help. Looking as solemn as ever, she ignored the detective and approached Yua's body. Stopping right in front of the pool of blood, she kneeled beside Yua and felt her neck with her fingers.
脈はある。まだ生きている。
There's a pulse. Her body still lives.
だけど、
But
死んでいる。
her heart does not.
心は。
It has perished.
そっちの男の人は
As for the man,
もうダメなの。
his end has already come.
She was speaking in her usual indifferent tone.
で
How can you be so calm right now? The guy's dead!
言ったでしょ。
It is as
予
I said
言され
before.
ていたからよ。
This has been foretold.
Oh, what the fuck do you mean I foretold?
綾瀬が望んだ
Are
妄
you
想じゃ
sure
ない
this isn't a delusion you wished it would become reality or something?
そうかもしれないわね。
It is possible.
それ
But
を
there's
確か
no
め
way
る
to
術
tell
は
for
ないけれど。
certain.
そんな
But what?
構わないわ。
It is of
原
no
因が何
consequence.
だろうと。
The origin matters not.
Then Ayase stood up and pulled her D-sword out of thin air. She took her D-sword, glowing bright red, and touched it against the D-sword that was stuck in the ground. Suddenly, a high-pitched resonance reverberated through the air, a resonance so shrill it felt like a drill was carving a hole in my ear, or at least that was the image the feeling evoked. Immediately after the sound began, the shapes of the two D-swords began to effortlessly distort. Their transformation completely ignored the laws of physics. It was as if they were made of liquid or clay. The two swords warped repeatedly as if writhing in pain. The resonating sound only got worse. Unable to bear it, I tried plugging my ears, but it didn't help in the slightest. Oh. Until suddenly a shockwave ripped through the air. Before I could even begin to understand what was happening, the D-sword and the ground was in Ayase's left hand. Ayase must have been in agony. Her expression made that very clear. But only a moment later, she looked at me and smiled. She was even blushing slightly, almost like she was aroused or something.
4本目よ。これで。
This is the fourth one.
Even though there were corpses right in front of her, and whoever shot the middle-aged detective was probably still nearby, how could she put that sword over literally everything else? Was it really that necessary to get the ending she wished to reach? Did she really need all 7 D-swords to defeat Gladual? Did Gladual even exist?
ギガロマニアックスとなったの。誰だろうと一度は壊れている。
All those who become Galomaniacs broke at some point in their lives. I remember what Atena had told me. I suppose that meant Ayase had also been broken at some point. Did that mean I'd eventually break too? Well, the eventually was probably unnecessary. After all, I already felt like I was gonna break thanks to everything happening with Ayase. As I quickly erased the D swords, the two of them vanished as if dissipating into the air itself.
あの
Should we report this to the police? He was my enemy. I couldn't lose sleep about leaving her body here among all this carnage. But I had already stepped in the blood. My shoes were leaving red footprints all over the pavement, which would yet again be enough to make me a suspect.
通報はしないわ。
We will not be doing that.
A wave of relief washed over me. Ayase was gazing up at the night sky. Her expression seemed slightly sorrowful.
そろそろね。
It is drawing near.
Drawing near? What was?
グラジオールは
According to
間もなく
Seekler's
目覚める。
prophecy, Glacio's
ツイグの
awakening is
予言
upon
によれば
us.
心して
Be vigilant, Takumi.
最悪に包ま
A
れるの。
calamity is about to befall this world.
君は
You're
見
about
た
to
ことの
experience
な
a
い世界
world
を見る
the
ことに
likes
な
of
る。
which you have never seen before.
でも
But you must
乗
not
り
lose
換え
heart.
てそうしなければ
If you do, overthrowing
Glacio's
Glacio will be impossible.
Ayase's voice lacked its usual composure. It almost sounded like she was scared. Would it really be that bad, whatever was about to happen? Or should I say the delusion that she was about to turn into reality?
まだ心の
Yeah, I'm not ready yet!
だったら急いで
Then hurry up
も
and
う
ready
時間が
yourself.
ないわ。
We are out of time.
I've ready myself. Colonel, that's... Wait, that's easier said than done? I don't even know what you're supposed to... What you think is supposed to happen, so what am I supposed to do?
世界は誘拐し連
The
結の
world
始
shall
まる。
soon fuse. Their consolidation has begun.
Ayase mumbled that to herself, looking up at the sky. I decided to look up at it too. Oh. In the sky, I could see a single spot dyed a vivid white. A white so bright it stuck out like a sore thumb in the night sky. What even was that? I gulped. Come to think of it, hadn't some people reported that the sky turned white right before the last earthquake? The white spot was gradually expanding. It had an inexplicable sense of restlessness to it. It left me completely speechless.
グラジオールが
Glacio has
目
awakened.
覚めた。
Oh. Wow, so soon. The earth trembled, the building shook. No, it wasn't just the building shaking, everything was. The white spot in the sky grew even bigger. Then we were immediately assaulted by a violent buzzing noise, one that sounded similar to the resonance of the D sword from before. My head felt like it was about to explode. And then... Oh. The world was dyed completely white. Gulp. Let me adjust in my chair. Was I dreaming? Even though it had been white only a moment ago, the sky was dyed red. The world itself had turned to a rusty vermilion. Wow, a stretch for me. This couldn't be real. It had to be just another delusion, or at least that was what I tried to tell myself. All across the sky, I could see clouds upon clouds of black miasma. They seemed almost humanoid in shape. They had to be illusions, though, even if they were unusually vivid. The clouds of haze spontaneously flickered in and out of sight. Even when I thought one had disappeared, it would pop up somewhere else a moment later. The blots of black miasma were innumerable. Just looking at them made me feel uncomfortable. And there was this intense, rotten smelling stench. It was so bad it nearly brought me to a vomit. I didn't want to be here for even a second longer. That feeling was as strong as could be. When I came to, the sky had brightened up a little, and Shibuya had transformed into a city of death. AH Hospital was still standing, but cracks ran up the walls, and the interior was in complete disarray. I only barely managed to make it out. The entrance of the outpatient clinic was swarmed with ambulances. The place was overflowing with people trampling over each other, fighting for medical attention. When I'd woken up, Ayase had smiled at me and said, "Let's return to Shibuya." It's just been before 6 a.m. at that point, which meant that I'd been out for over 10 hours. Yua's body was nowhere to be found. I asked Ayase if she knew what happened to it, but she didn't seem to know. Oh my god. It's the thing. Shibuya was hardly a 5-minute train ride from Yoyogi, but due to the earthquake, all public transport was on halt. The railroad had been torn to shreds, meaning there was no way it was going to be restored within the day. So we were forced to walk, something that was way harder than it sounds. The road was full of holes, and rubble from fallen buildings was constantly in our way. It was difficult to even walk in a straight line. As a result, the trip back to Shibuya Station ended up being a 3-hour struggle. The surrounding area had been completely annihilated. Almost all the buildings had collapsed. Countless bodies were strewn out all around us. They were so pitiful I couldn't stand to look at them. There were also a number of people still alive. Some were like us, just wandering. Okay, I kind of read this before. Was this Gladwell's doing? Was Gladwell the name of the earthquake, maybe? I suppose that would make sense. They always gave their hurricanes names in America, like Andrew or Katrina. Was this how Ayase wanted things to end? Was this the ending she wished to reach? Then again, if you want to bring about the apocalypse, this would probably be the best way to do it. But there is no way a single person could cause a catastrophe on this scale. Even the powers of a gigalomaniac or Black Knight, as Ayase liked to call them. She said the world shall fuse and all shall be consolidated or whatever, but what exactly did she mean by that? While falling behind Ayase through the city, I took a peek at the side of her face. Unsurprisingly, even Ayase had turned pale when faced with the current state of Shibuya. She walked in silence, clenching her jaw as if trying to endure an intense pain. It's enough! This place is dangerous! We all have to hurry to the evacuation site! This guy doesn't believe in raw girl power? What I'm saying. Come on, believe in women, Takumi! A middle-aged man in a suit was screaming into the crowd. He was calling out to the survivors in the area, us included. If you stay here waiting for help, night will hit before you know it. But if you go now, you can make it to the evacuation site before then. Please don't stay here any longer. Even if it hurts to stay, you gotta get up and get out of here. We've already escaped death once now. We owe it to death to keep on living. Or to dead. No. Where the hell had that old guy gotten so much energy from? A few people listened and started moving toward him, but most people stayed put. I didn't even look at him. She just kept on moving toward her destination. I guess I had no choice but to follow. Suddenly, I felt a throbbing pain in my forehead. Ever since we'd left Yoyogi, I've been getting headaches just like this. Please stand up! Why are you listening? It's dangerous. You can get crushed by the rubble. I just want all of you to survive. But my head hurt. Oh. Oh, what the? Suddenly the world was dyed red once more. The sky was covered by vermilion clouds. It was the exact same thing I'd seen in my dream. The asphalt of the road, the concrete of the debris, the buildings, the shattered glass on the ground, the abandoned broken down cars, the uprooted trees from the sidewalk, all of it had been corroded, overtaken by rust. Maniacal laughter echoed throughout the area. It was coming from the same person who had been trying to get everyone to take refuge just a second ago. His body was covered in a cloud of black miasma. But it wasn't just him. Excluding the dead bodies, there were clouds of miasma around everyone I could see. The hazes were nearly human-sized. They swayed back and forth rhythmically, each one unusually vivid. It was a horrifying sight. It was exactly like in my dream. That man's laughter was starting to annoy me. Looking back toward him, I noticed that for some odd reason, he had an assault rifle pointed straight at me. Yo, where'd he get that? The police are gone so I can kill as many people as I want. He started spraying bullets. I immediately hit the ground. I've been shot! Or so I thought. I had undoubtedly been standing right in his line of fire, but I didn't feel any pain. I lifted up my head to double check. Please just go to the evacuation site. They have water, food, and blankets too. There's no reason to stay here. Hour long went to laugh track. Yeah. Why are guns so hard to find Japan except for random guys on the street? I don't know. I think that was Takumi's delusion. He wasn't holding a gun anymore. He was just pleading with the crowd around him. So please keep on fighting to survive. Don't die in it. But it all changed so suddenly. Oh. For a split second, the man's body was covered in static. Before the static, he'd held his hand up in the air. But after it, the hand was holding a gun. Doing that so quickly was humanly impossible. It was barely even coherent. It couldn't possibly be real. It was almost like I was watching a movie with severely jarring jump cuts. And then he started firing again. The people that were shot fell to the ground, blood spurting everywhere. Their screams echoed through the air. Yet somehow none of the bullets were hitting me. It really felt like I was in a movie. It wasn't real life.
Takumi.
When I heard my name, I came back to my senses. Ayase was staring at me. She looked like she was about to say something, but in the end she didn't. She simply turned her back and kept on walking. I took a look at the sky. It was cloudy but not red. The surrounding scenery was overcast by a dark gray, no vermilion in sight. The shooter had gone back to pleading with everyone to evacuate. All the people who had been shot were now unharmed, and none of them were engulfed by Black Miasmata? Whatever. What the hell had just happened? Another one of my delusions? If it actually had been, then I must have really lost my touch. That delusion hadn't even been slightly realistic. It'd been like a movie or a video game or something. Yeah, protect us, ISA, please!
Takumi.
We're already losing our grip.
Takumi, hurry.
ISA urged me forward. Where the hell was she going anyway? Was she headed for the evacuation site? The one that guy was yelling about? But if that was true, then she wasn't going the right way. Instead, she went right into the Inokashira line station. What the hell was she thinking? There were no staff members at the station, and the trains were all stopped in place. Ayase made her way down to the tracks and started walking along them. Naturally, the tunnel was pitch black. It wasn't designed to be traversed on foot after all. It hadn't collapsed yet, but it felt like it was only a matter of time before it did. I would have never imagined that I'd end up walking on railroad tracks like this. What an adventure though. They should make a movie about it. Wait, I'm pretty sure there was one. Granted, it'd come out before I was born, so I obviously hadn't seen it. I just knew it was about some people walking down railroad tracks to find a body. Meanwhile, walking through this underground tunnel wasn't nearly as exciting. If we continued along this route, we'd eventually pass by the Shinsen Komaba Todai Mae Ike Noe and the Shimo Kitazawa stations. Getting in and out of Shibuya had been made incredibly difficult, so using the subway tunnels was actually a pretty good escape plan. But we had started in Yoyogi, and now we were headed towards Shibuya, so something told me Ayase wasn't using this as an escape route. Where are we going? Shinsen Station. Oh my god, I was there. Just kidding. Well, maybe I was. I don't remember. What the hell was the point of going there? Maybe she was planning to head to Suime from there, or maybe my base. Actually, I never told her where my base was, so probably not the second one. Speaking of which, I wonder if Seiratan had survived. What if the Kurenai conference hall had collapsed because of the earthquake? Oh god, all my poor waifus could be buried in rubble. Suddenly my trivial concerns were interrupted by a bright light. There was a railroad crossing right before Shinsen Station where the light from the sky peeked in from above. After the crossing, the rails went into another dark tunnel, and after that was the Shinsen Station platform. The lights at the platform were out, likely due to the earthquake. It was pretty damn dark. There's almost no one around. All I could see were two girls standing on the platform. Judging by their uniforms, they were Suimei students. I approached them without a hint of hesitation. Maybe she knew them or something. As we got closer, their figures in the darkness became clearer. My brow furrowed. It felt like I'd seen them somewhere before, and then I realized exactly who they were. Senna, Kozupi! Something was wrong with them. They should have been able to hear us coming. They didn't even turn to look at us. No, they just sat there, their heads looking down at the ground, not moving.
Senna.
Are they dead?
Kozupi?
This Senna, Kozupi? I tried calling out to them, but the two still didn't respond. What the hell was up with them?
黒騎士の心が殺されていく。
Gulp. I hear somebody.
だから回収するの。
I can't believe you're using those emojis. I mean, they look pretty similar to like the originals, except they're blue. They kind of look like what's it? That Sanrio character's name? The one that's I forgot. Hangyudon something. Wait. I need to readjust.
So we must retrieve them, the D-swords.
Dude, my eyes are getting heavy. Ah, no, please. I haven't even been awake that long. Wait, no fucking way. I rushed over to the girls in a panic, then peered into Senna's eyes. Already? I don't know. Oh. Yo, move your leg up. Also, wake up. Fine. Maybe a game of John will wake me up. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Senna's eyes were devoid of life. They were completely hollow, with no light left within them. They stared into nothingness. Those sharp eyes of hers, always glaring at someone and everything, not a single trace of them remained. Jong it out, jong it out. Ah! No, I have to finish ISA route at least. She was trying to murmur something, but her voice was so incredibly faint. All that came out was a mere croak. I couldn't make out a single word she'd said. Kozupi was the same. The light behind her eyes had died out. Her mouth hung open, drool trickling down her cheek. She tried to speak, but her voice was too hoarse to understand. True to 10 jumping jacks? I guess I can actually do jumping jacks. Okay, let me save. Help me, help! Can you enable the 10 reps redeem again? I don't even know why they've been off for so long. I forgot. Well, whatever. If somebody does it for me, someone can. Okay. Let's do some full body standing stretch. Alright, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. 1. There's like not enough room for this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Surely that'll wake me up, right? Get the blood pumping. Get bitter. Okay, whatever. It tells you 6 inches away from tripping on something? Nuh-uh. 10 squats too? No, you're doing too much. I don't want to do that. I was absolutely clueless, so I turned to ISA for answers, but she didn't seem remotely interested in their fates. Their D-swords were lying nearby. ISA took her own sword and brought it near them. The same shrill sound from before reverberated throughout the station. The 3 D-swords began to warp and transform. Time's ticking, Takumi. You're the last sword that's not collected yet. Then came the shockwave, assaulting my body like a fierce gust of wind. And once it passed, Ayase was holding Senna and Kozupi's D swords.
これで6本揃った。
That makes 6. Blushing in apparent arousal. Ayase looked at me.
匠、あとは君が手に入れるだけ。
is yours. You must obtain it.
How the hell could you be so calm right now? Let me move my mic. Me when I don't read. No. The world turned red once again. Everything began rusting, rotting, and eroding away. I could smell a strong odor coming from Kozupi. Kozupi slowly rose up from the ground. Her entire body was dyed red. Was that blood or rust? Oh.
Kozupi's gonna kill you.
Kozupi raised her head. Her face was covered by a black miasma. The sheer bloodthirst coming from her was terrifying. Kozupi stretched out her thin arms as if to try and strangle me. But when I blinked, she had somehow ended up back on the ground, her head hanging downward. She had an indescribable expression on her face.
Kozupi's gonna kill you.
My bit rate, Kozupi, please! Static rang in my ears and Kozupi instantly teleported beside me. The black miasma grazed my shoulder. A ghastly cold sent a chill down my spine.
Kozupi's gonna kill everyone. You're next, Takumi-san. Kozupi's mirror shall shred you to pieces.
Her whispers were emotionless and robotic, but that only made them more horrifying. I blinked once more. Senna's body was slumped over on the ground. She had been cut to pieces. Kozupi violently swung down her arms and stabbed Senna in the head with a shard of glass. Oh. Dark blood stained Senna's long, beautiful black hair. Kozupi then raised the piece of glass in the air and stabbed her once more. She's already dead, stop doing that. Static, and now Kozupi was on the ground instead of Senna, and Senna had mounted a homeless man that appeared out of nowhere. Her head was buried in his shoulder. Her head was moving up and down constantly. What was she doing? Her hair was covering her face, so I couldn't really tell. That is until she finally looked up. The man's shoulder was stained in blood. Her flesh was minced like ground beef, and I could make out a little bit of pink muscle glistering from within. Also, hi, Leo. Wow, posting links in my chat. Somebody ban this guy. Wait, no. Was it blood? Muscle? Rust?
Uh-huh. I hear.
Dash? Bruh. Basically, the translation is, Dad, you taste so good, bruh. Senna finally turned around and I could see the blood surrounding her mouth. She was chewing on something, devouring it. Oh, don't eat your dad. He's dead. My legs trembled, and the second I lost my balance and collapsed to the ground, the world returned to its original color. My headache vanished too. I pressed my hand against my forehead and shook my head intensely. I felt extremely sick, like I was about to vomit. I didn't really feel like having a panic attack or shock or anything like that. Oh, it didn't. It was more like a poison was slowly trickling through my veins, spreading through my entire body, one that hit me with a horrible sinking feeling that weighed heavily on my mind. I raised my hand and looked at Senna and Kozupi. They were still where they had been originally, on the ground, motionless.
どうしたの?
What happened?
Ayase held out her hand. It was the same look from earlier, one that told me she had something more to say. I took her hand and stood up from the ground. Help! We left Senna and Kozupi as they were. I wanted to help them, but I really didn't have the strength to do so, and Ayase just didn't care in the slightest. We made our way back towards Shibuya Station. On the way, we saw countless wounded people on the ground and just as many dead bodies lying around. Ayase looked up at the sky with her usual distant expression. Trying to stave off my nausea, I asked her a question. What sort of ending are you aiming for, Ayase?
Ending.
Rumi was missing in action. Sen and Kozubi had both had their minds broken. Ayase had already taken the D-swords from all the Gigalomaniac girls, or maybe stolen would be more appropriate. She had to have orchestrated all of it. How could she have not? There was no way she just happened to find a bunch of out for the count mind-broken Gigalomaniacs that all had their D-swords out. There was just no way. She was behind it all, then the earthquake was also her doing, and Gladual was just a legend she made up. Can you say for sure that this earthquake isn't your delusion? You wanted this to happen, didn't you?
I wonder.
But why would you wish for this?
Takumi, 結論を急がないで. Do not rush to conclusions, Takumi.
Hello?
Next is from New York.
I don't want this! Why are they sending this to me? I did! Wait, give me a second. It's the freaking tax man. No, please. Yo, what if you left me alone? What? I don't know what this means, guys. It's my mail. Why'd I got 2 of them? Although you have recently filed 1 or more sales tax returns, you have not submitted an application for a sales tax certificate of authority. But I don't need it though. Any tax experts want to help me out? God, they're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me. Why did they send me 2 letters? Okay, wait. Low key, let me look at this really quick. Guys, I don't want to get fined. You might just have to go to a real tax person. I just never go back to New York, guys. Well, I haven't been selling anything. I've just been putting in 0. Guys, what the freak? I don't need to do this. Don't make me close it down. Do I need a certificate? Also, Riggs, thank you for 5 stars. Maybe it's one form you forgot to fill out? They're telling me that I can't make sales if I don't have a certificate or authority. But then I'm not doing anything right now. Also, thanks for gifting to 9D9 and Grimm's Venus and your ceiling and Wolf and Durpin 357. Does Patreon count? No. This is like this is just for New York. I don't live in New York. This was when I was tabling in Anime New York and I was collecting sales tax because it was New York. But I don't live there. If you step into New York, you're going straight to jail. So true, guys. I'm gonna get arrested in August. Do I need a certificate of authority if I'm not selling anything? No, if you are not selling anything, you likely don't need a certificate of authority. I mean, I guess I can just apply for one and then just not do anything. Lol. Okay, wait, low-key, what if I did that right now? They hate me, they hate me. Dude, they like first they like messed up and gave me like the wrong person's letters and then wouldn't fix it. And then like I don't know, man. I hate this. I hate the New York government. I think they should all rot. Or at least fix their damn freaking website that like crashes half the time. I wish they never learned my email address. Well, not my, or like my real address, so they'd stop sending me freaking letters when I told them to email me. Why do they hate me? I literally, I signed up for paperless and they keep me sending me papers. I forgot my password. Wait, give me a second. Let me in, let me in. Bruh. Okay, wait. Our system can't display your account summary at this time. Bruh. Okay, whatever. I don't care. Let me... what is it called? Other taxes. Services. Installment. It doesn't even have it on here. Yeah, my password's showing, guys. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, somebody can sign in and do this for me. I don't want anything to do with this. Wait, let's actually see if this is addressed to me or not. Because last time I tried looking it up and it wasn't actually mine. Even though it was under my name and in my address, but then on my account it was like, this one's actually not yours. I'm like, I don't freaking know, man. Account summary. Your filing frequency may have changed. Okay. Okay, sorry I'm doing this right now, but I don't want them to beat me up. To improve your filing experience and reduce errors, changes are coming March 2025? Wait, no way. God. They're actually gonna fix it? That's crazy. But low-key, I want them to fix it right now. Also, it's March. It's been past March, actually. And it's still dog shit, bro. User summary. There is no information to display. Wow. Master administrator? No. Employment and withholding taxes. Wait, I don't get it. Bills and notices. What? Make a payment? Do I owe people something? Does the city of New York just hate you? I think they do. They want me dead. Okay. New York Certificate of Authority. Register. Why not here, though? Online registration. Proceed. What I will need. Okay, apply online. Log in. Go. Sure, whatever. Start application. Surely it remembers me from last time. I'm only doing this because I am tabling in Anime New York, like in August. But like, dude, I swear to God, if they send me one more letter, I'd be like, what if I never go back there again? I know I said that last time, but I got greedy. So next. Wait, Loki, it remembers? Starting a new business, change in organization, restarting prior business. Restarting? When will I do my sales? Wait, why am I doing this? Why do I have to get a new one? Man, I shouldn't have touched it, the freaking site. I should have just said I didn't have anything. Okay, wait. I will start making my sales in when's the date? Anime New York. It's the 21st. Okay. We will do our business on the 21st. I will be selling merchandise at oh my god. Also, hello, dipshit idiot. Sorry. Or hello, dip. I will be selling merchandise at Anime NYC in the okay, you know what? I'll be more specific. I'll be like, prints, keychains, stickers. What else would I possibly? You know what? We're gonna keep it vague. I don't care. Is this a home-based business? Does it get? I don't know. I forgot what I answered last time. What does home-based business mean? I'm gonna say artist selling artwork from a home-based business and at craft. Okay, yes. Okay, next. Date you will begin. What? Enter the day you will begin business. I thought it was the same thing. Whatever. August 21st. You should register as a temporary vendor if it's seasonal. Oh, I have to do it when it ends. The 24th. And my ass ain't coming back. I swear to God, the next time I'm really not coming back. 24th. I'm just gonna, just to play it safe, I'm gonna put 25. Just kidding. Yeah, we'll just do 25. Okay, save and continue. Please don't send me more stuff. Business date cannot be more than 90 days in the future. Okay then. So I'm not doing anything, and they just sent me the letter because they hate me. I swear to God. Okay, whatever. Let's just keep playing, guys. I ain't paying nothing to the tax man. Wait, actually, if I made no money, do I have to get certificate of authority? No, simply making no... Oh wait, this is for my thing. Whatever. Man. Requires you to have a sales tax certificate the moment you begin selling anything. Okay, well, I haven't done anything, so... They need to leave me alone. I'm glad you're not going to jail. They low-key want me in bars. If you believe you are not required to get a certificate of authority, send us your explanation, a copy of this letter, and your daytime phone number? Bruh. I don't want to do all that. They just want my phone number. They hate me, and then they're gonna start calling me. They're gonna switch up from mail, and they're gonna call me instead. I can't. Whatever. Let's keep playing the game, guys. Ignore taxes. It'll be fine as long as you don't owe them anything. Yeah.
Do not rush to the conclusions, Takumi. All of this was foretold by Ziegler. I only happen to know of it. That is all there is to it.
But that gradual book has to be a delusion. That book doesn't exist anywhere else.
But you saw Takumi in my hospital room.
Yeah, I saw it, but it was completely blank.
You're clearly unable to read it, Takumi.
There's no way it's that simple. You have to be lying. You can't fool me.
There are 6.7 billion worlds. As many as there are people. What can be seen in each other's? Oh, what can be seen in one differs from world to world. No two can ever be identical. So neither can yours and mine.
If that's true, then let me be your sources. But you can't, can you?
Issei stared at me, then furrowed her brow. She seemed a little perplexed. It was almost as if she was forcing herself not to show any emotion.
Do you wish to see it, the world that I see?
Wait, low-key, guys, what if I just, shelled my New York tax account? Wait, let me say that I'm closing my business. I don't want to deal with this no more. Please leave me alone. It's okay. I can just open it up again. I can restart it when I'm going back in. But sorry guys. This takes priority. You're abandoning Anime New York? No, like, it's okay, guys. Bills, payments, and notices, sales tax file and pay, sales tax web file. You can only access this application through your online services account. No, I'm not. Excuse me. Bruh, they freaking broke the website again. I can't. Whatever. They hate me! Okay, whatever. Could have avoided this if you just evaded. Maybe I should have.
And if that's possible, then yeah.
Okay, no more. The the site's broken again, so I can't even fix it if I wanted to.
Though I'd believe what you'd show me anyway.
違うわ匠
You misunderstand Takumi.
君は
You can already
すでに
see my world.
私の世界と
Little by little,
君は少しず
you're
つ
beginning
同
to
期し始めてい
synchronize
るのよ
with it.
何を
What are...
The world rusted over once more. Those collapsed on the ground were engulfed by black miasmata. I don't know. I could see the head of a child crushed by the debris poking out through the cracks, and a man who was probably their dad trying to save them. Static rang in my ears again. And then, in an action that was incomprehensible to me, the dad stomped on the child's head. Their head split open like a watermelon and was subsequently crushed by their father's foot. Blood and gray matter splashed on the ground. Onto the ground. The static came again. The child's head was now completely intact. I could hear the dad cry out to them, "Hold on, I'll get you out of there." Static. The child had escaped from beneath the rubble, and now they were stabbing their father over and over again with a knife. "You're fucking useless, you old fuck," they jeered. A young couple were sitting in a somewhat remote spot. The two of them were under the same blanket, huddled right next to each other. When the static came again and engulfed the two of them, and the man became to whimper. Her screams echoed loudly throughout the whole city. I say may not in fact be okay. Wow, you think so? Also, hi Jesse. But the the screams stopped with more sounds of static, and the two were back together as if nothing had happened. Two middle-aged women were limping down the road. They were likely sisters. Static flashed, and one of them grabbed the other by the hair in an instant. She began to yank on it in an attempt to uproot it completely. And with the fierce sound of tearing, she most likely succeeded. Oh. The static soon flashed again, and her hair was back to normal.
なんだよ
Oh, what the hell is this?
私の世界よ
It is my world.
Oh. It was her world? It wasn't my delusion, but Ayase's? Wait, was it even a delusion or was it reality? Black miasma was hovering over Ayase's chest too, but really, I didn't want to see any of them anymore, so I instinctively looked away.
匠の見ていた空はどんな色をしていた
What color is the sky you normally see, Takumi?
どんな
What do you mean? What color? It's blue.
あんな色
Is that blue?
No. Ayase pointed up to the sky. It was a shade of red. Yeah, she might literally be Fuminori. She's literally... She's in the meat world. Ayase pointed up to the sky. It was a shade of red.
あれは食堂色だ
That's vermilion.
食堂色
Vermilion.
あの色は
So that color is not blue.
どこから
Ask anyone and they tell you that it's not anyone with common sense that is.
でも私にとっては
That color is
あ
blue.
の色が青なのよ
Oh, what is she saying?
匠は説明できるの青色
Takumi, can you explain it to me? What sort of color is blue?
どんなって
I don't know. It's the color of the sky.
あの色の空しか知らないのよ
But that is the only color I have ever seen in the sky.
みんな
But everyone knows what kind of color blue is.
だから説明
I
し
do not. Please explain it
例
to
えを
me
使わずに
without an example this time.
どんな
What sort of
色
color is blue?
Without an example, what was I supposed to? I tried thinking of a way to explain it, but I came up empty-handed. I just couldn't come up with a way to describe the color blue. Upon noticing my complete loss for words, Ayase gave me a sad smile.
世界は約67億
I told you there are 6.7 billion
そうだは
worlds.
ず空の色も
Meaning there are 6.7 billion ways of seeing what color the sky is.
みんな
You cannot assume
見
that
ているも
everyone
のが
sees
同
things
じ
the
だ
same
とは
way you
限
do.
らないわ
The scenery went back to normal. The color was my world.
綾瀬は
Ayase,
ずっとあんな
do
世
you
界
always
に
see the
生
world
きて
like
きた
that? Ayase gave a slight
生
nod.
まれた時からずっと
Ever since the day I was born,
それが
I thought that was
当
just
た
how
り
things
前
were,
のことだと思
how
っ
the
てい
world
たわ
was structured.
でも違うのね
But I suppose I was wrong.
今
Said the guy only
匠
learned
の
when you told
話を
me
聞いて
Takumi.
あの黒いもやは何なの
What's the black miasma?
写真よ
A wicked heart.
誰でも持っているもの
Everyone
は
has one as long as they are human. Gradual feeds upon
そして
those
この
wicked
写真
hearts in order to
フラジオ
manifest.
ールの見えた
Did you see them?
人々の
The
負の
negative
妄想が
delusions of man.
Wait, the static causing negative delusions to bubble to the surface? Was that why I'd been seeing all that inhuman savagery?
私は昔から
I've always
見
seen
てきた
them.
黒騎士ならば
I am sure all
程度の
black
差があっ
knights
ても
can, to varying
みんな
degrees.
見えているそこにあるのは
They are home to nothing but true malice, pure unadulterated
むき出しの
desire.
欲望
Had Ayase been seeing a world like that ever since she was born?
匠
Takumi,
私が望む結
the
末
ending I wish for
この錆びついた世
is
界
one
か
where we break our souls free
魂
from
ごと
this
脱ぎ
corroded
出すこと
world.
そのためには
And to do that, we must
フラジオ
overthrow
ールを
gradual.
倒さなければならないのよ
Ayase moved closer to me.
だから
So please, find it.
あとは匠だけ
You
の
are our only hope, Takumi.
理想像
We already kissed, Leo. You missed it.
Please find your D-sword.
無理だ
I can't! Unable to bear it any longer, I pushed Ayase away by her shoulders. Ayase's eyes opened wide in shock.
なぜ諦めるの
Why are you giving up?
僕は
I'm
綾瀬が思うほど
not this amazing
すごい
person
人
you
間じゃない
think I am, Ayase!
どれだけ望んで
No
も
matter how much I want it, no matter
手に入る
or how much I
兆候
wish
すら
for
ない
it,
じゃ
it
ない
doesn't feel like I'm ever even close to getting a D sword.
オーフロントの時もそうだったし
And it was the same back at O Front,
地震が起き
and
て
it
から
stayed the
もそうだ
same even after the earthquake.
方法がわからないんだ
Wow. Hello, Twitch fan 227. Who's Donald
手に入れられ
Marshall?
ないよ
I can't figure out how to do it, so I know that I can't, and I won't get a D sword. I never will.
自信がないよ
I have no faith in myself.
それならなぜ
Then
私を
why did
助
you
けたの
save me?
Ayase drew even closer. I took a step back, trying to stay away from her.
助けたって
What do you mean
一体何のことを
saved you?
私が学校の屋上から飛び降りた時
When I left for the school rooftop,
君が
you gave birth to a world where there was a flower bed.
だから私は
And that is why I
一
could
つ上
not
のステージに
ascend my
魂を
spirit
移す
to
こ
a
とは
higher
できなかっ
stage.
たわ
And that was a fluke. I hadn't done it intentionally.
それでもいいと思った
But I'm fine with that.
君の
Because
力
of
を
what you did, I learned
知
of
る
your
ことが
power.
できたあの時から
From that moment on,
君が私の希望になったから
Please don't place all your hope in someone on a whim. Please stop expecting anything from me.
匠
Takumi,
自
you
分を
mustn't
非に
degrade
しない
yourself so.
それは邪
That is
神の
merely the
精
wicked
神
hearted
侵
king's
略よ
invasion of your mental
負けては
space.
いけない
You cannot and must not let him win.
君には力がある
You are powerful, truly.
手に入れられる
Come what may, you will obtain your D-sword.
理想像
I know you will.
無理
I told you it's
What are you
impossible. I can't. Before, I had thought that I might as well just stick with Ayase. I had no one else that could have protected me after all. But the more time we spent together, it became very clear to me. I couldn't understand how Ayase thought at all. The difference in our mind, or in how our minds perceived the world around us, was just too great. And if I was being honest, I was fed up with how fucking batshit insane she was. She was a complete mental case through and through. I really am a horrible person, and I've always been that way. I've never changed.
なぜそんなことを言うの
How could you say that?
Ayase clung to me, tears welling in her eyes. It wasn't the calm, aloof Ayase I was used to.
私はこんな世界にいた
I
く
do
ない
not want to stay in a world like this any longer.
解放して
Please
You are my only hope.
I think so far Ayase's route might be my favorite. Is it because of all the whispering, Taego? Or is it actually because of Ayase?
You must awaken as a Black Knight.
無理だよ
I can't!
無理じゃないわ。
Yes, you can! I synchronized with her world once again. A black miasma poured out of Ayase's chest and entwined itself around my body. It slithered around the top of my skin like an anaconda, slowly strangling its prey to death. Its repulsive, chilling presence was enough to give me goosebumps. It was Ayase's pure, unadulterated desire. I, just like any other person, wasn't used to seeing people's naked emotions. Eek! A flash of static.
You are my hope.
Ayase stared at me, her eyes dyed pitch black.
I will not let you go. You will stay with me, no matter what I must do to meet that end.
Ayase's fingers started undoing my jacket buttons one by one. Oh.
I want you.
Oops. I'm gonna hit my mic. She was as close as could possibly be, just like the time we made out in the hospital room closet. I was like a deer in headlights. I couldn't move. Once she was finished undoing all my buttons, my chest was exposed, but she didn't stop. She moved down, took off my belt, and unzipped my pants.
I want your power.
Ayase's ice cold fingertips caressed my chest, and then... My Johnson. Oh, her nails dug into me. The pain was so intense, and yet I still couldn't move an inch.
I want it.
Her fingers gouged at out my flesh. They raked their way to my bones. Oh. Her hand reached deep inside, then gently embraced my pounding heart. I was trembling out of fear, out of pain, out of the cool sensation of Ayase's fingers.
It's so warm. May I have it?
Stop! She said, give me that. I could feel my blood vessels exploding. Copious amounts of blood spilled from my chest. She took it out my heart. She... The world switched colors in an instant. It gone back to its original dual color. The rust had vanished, and I was completely unharmed. I put my hand on my chest. Thankfully, I could still feel it beating. My heart was still there. Oh, Ayase was standing in front of me, clutching herself with both arms. She looked so incredibly sad, like she was about to burst into tears at any moment. There was again the same look as when she had taken USD Sword, the same as when I'd first seen her world back at the Scrimble Crossing, the same as when she had detained Senna and Kozupi's D Sword. Ayase looked at me on the verge of tears, doing everything she could to hold them back.
I didn't mean to do that. My wicked heart spiraled out of control, as did I. Perhaps because I took in too many D swords. I'm descending into madness, brought forth by the wicked-hearted king's erosion of my mind.
Oh, wasn't all just another one of her delusions? Wasn't all just fake words meant to trick me? Those thoughts suddenly came to mind, but I didn't say them out loud. I just couldn't. Ayase was a girl who rarely showed any emotion, and her unwavering tone gave her clear command of any conversation she ever had. That is why it was so hard to see her like this. I had never seen her so sad before. She looked so fragile, like she could fall apart at even the slightest touch. Before that, I knew that I couldn't tell her what I was really thinking. Well, what should I do? When those words left my lips, the slightest of tears began to flow from the corner of her eyes. She looked to me with a gaze that showed how much she truly needed me.
私は支
So
配
hi,
されつつある
Rico.
邪神
I
王
am
の
being
攻撃に
subjugated
よって
by the wicked-hearted king.
このままじゃ
If nothing is
自我を
done,
保て
I will not be able to remain conscious.
だから
Therefore,
取り除いて
excise it.
私の中を侵
Excise
食
the
し
impurity,
不
the
浄なる
erosion of
邪
my
神
wicked
を
heart.
Excise. It, how?
私の世界を見たで
You
しょ
saw my world, did you not?
あの
That black
黒いもや
miasma.
は
It is the manifestation
人が
of
持
the
つ
pure
不浄なる
impurity
邪神が
dwelling
具
within
現化した
people's
も
own
の
wicked hearts. Their
打ち
true
出し
malice.
それを掴んで
Grasp that and uproot
私
it
の
from my
体から
body.
引き抜いて
There was no way I could do something so horrifying.
Please,
願い
Takumi.
匠私は
I want
私でいたい
to
の
be myself.
私の世界を
Please, rescue me from my world.
Losing her balance, Ayase fell to the ground. Her figure was as frail as could be. But we had made a promise to each other when she had said herself,
君を守るわ
protect me.
君も私を守って
Senna and Kozupi had already been broken and Remy was nowhere to be found. I didn't want to lose Ayase too. There was an element of selfishness to it, but most of all, I wanted to help her. I was fully aware I wasn't within my ability to do so. But even if Ayase really was some crazy hopeless schizo girl, even if all of this was just her delusion, I wanted to help her with all my heart. But right as I realized that sentiment, the world had turned to rust again. The snake-shaped black miasma pouring out of Ayase's chest reared its head. Just looking at it made me feel sick. It felt like something was pressing down on my chest and I couldn't look away. But even if I could, it wouldn't change anything. That's why I knew I had to try and face it head on. But I couldn't bear it. It was like my chest was being crushed. My migraine was splitting my head apart. I couldn't do it. I never could have. I didn't have the strength to help anyone. I looked up in response to Ayase's call. She held her hand out to me, her tear-filled eyes locked with mine.
Come,
私を
What'd you say?
好きにして
do as you wish with me.
Oh. She showed complete trust in me, or perhaps she was depending on me. I'd never had someone depend on me before. My mind was about to crumble, but Ayase's voice just barely managed to keep it together. God, yeah, we can fix her. I bit my lip and then I took a single step toward Ayase. With me as its new prey, Ayase's black miasma moved toward me and entwined itself around my neck. It was so cold, it nearly tricked my mind into thinking it was hot. It eased me into its embrace, but all the while it was gently strangling me to death. Ayase leaned against me. Her body had gone completely limp. I was forced to support her entire body weight. Oh.
匠
Yeah, we kind of have like a moe, like the Yaiba thing.
Takumi.
I tightly embraced her slender hips. Did you know that her hips are slender, guys?
本当に
Are you really sure about this?
いいわ
I am.
With a gulp, I reached my hand toward the black miasma pouring out of her chest. Following only an ephemeral moment, the miasma changed form into that of a black leech, an act that only served to make it all the more repulsive. That was Ayase's wicked heart laid bare, the most hideous part of herself that she didn't want anyone else to see. That was what the mask was. Oh. Ew. Ew, it has like a mouth. Guys, y'all seen this? Ew. I took hold of the leech's body. It was extremely slippery and it was so cold it stung at my palm. I want to let go the second I grabbed it, but in a desperate attempt to hold on, I clenched my teeth and endured it. Ayase groaned in pain, her face a horrid mixture of ecstasy and agony. Oh. Also, Megafaune. Thanks for following me. It's just a worm. I don't think worms have them little teeth.
But pull it out.
Take it out. Guys, I'm not a pervert. I tried playing with all my might, but I could feel her flesh being torn apart. Ew. Black liquid burst from her chest, covering my body from head to toe. Whether it was blood or something else, I don't know. Why are you saying all that? Despite all this, I pressed on, pulling on the leash as hard as I could. Evil Black's blues. My Johnson. Are you okay? Unable to take her screams any longer, I stopped my hands in place, hands atop which Ayase had placed her own. Do not stop.
Damage.
It is working. Even though her body was drenched in sweat, Ayase firmly reassured me. I couldn't hesitate again. If I did, I'd only be torturing her. Come. Out! Using every ounce of strength I had, I grabbed the leech and pulled it out. Ayase's body twisted and writhed. The leech slithered around. It was a lot longer than I thought it would be. Wait, we saved her. Maybe. The leech curled into a circular mass, then wrapped itself around my arm. It tightened hard against my fist. I guess it was the Wicked Heart's last stand. I clenched my teeth to endure the pain. I was glad that I'd gotten it off Ayase at least, but I wasn't sure what to do with it now. Pray. Having entrusted her entire body to me, Ayase gently caressed my cheek.
And by your hand, the impure wicked heart shall be reborn into one of the purest wickedness.
Oh, purple. Purple guy? The black wicked heart wriggling on my arm suddenly shone violet. Ayase's serpent. Oh, I didn't know she had one of those. A sound burst forth from it, a sound so shrill it was akin to the loudest of screams. Ayase kawaii, so true. So desu ne. Also Wugen Daraku. Welcome in. Girls don't have serpents. You don't know that, Mr. Virgin. The wicked heart turned into a sword. Is this a D-sword? Wow, Mota, I'm sorry. Low blow. I'd wanted one so bad, but I'd never been able to get one no matter how hard I tried. But now it was finally in my grasp. Ayase's wicked heart had transformed into a D-sword. Oh. I don't think she's good. What if we just killed her?
You have finally awakened, Takumi.
Even amid her intense pain, Ayase smiled in my arms. Sweat ran down her brow profusely, adhering her bangs to her forehead.
Thank you so much for awakening.
What had I done to deserve her gratitude? I didn't know. I had no faith in myself.
Takumi.
Ayase draped her hands around my neck, and then she tightly embraced me.
You're the only one. The only one to ever listen to me. I am overjoyed. Truly overjoyed.
Ayase's body was really warm. The black liquid on her chest was slowly turning red. Her blood stained my clothes. But I didn't care. I held Ayase tightly in acceptance. She still had trouble breathing, and I can feel her back tremble with each breath. The smell of her sweat rose in the air. Even that part of her was as lovely as the rest. Oh.
Daisuke.
Had Ayase fallen in love with me? I may or may not depend on her, but I know she depends on me. So I don't think a relation like this will be too bad, just the two of us. Is she good though? Suddenly, the sky behind Ayase's shoulders caught my attention. It was changing from vermilion to black. But only in a single spot, or perhaps it was merely an illusion, and in reality, the spot was just a star. Nevertheless, the spot gradually grew bigger. It continued at such a speed, it would soon blanket the entire city. Oh, what is that? I mumbled that to myself, completely dumbfounded. Also noticing the unnatural phenomenon, Ayase quickly stood back up, using my shoulders to help herself to do so. Oh wait, she's okay though.
That is the wicked-hearted king. His invasion has finally begun. In the end, was I too late? Can I do nothing to stop it? That I cannot accept.
Correct. Ayase brought forth her D-sword, materializing it from empty space. Well, what are you planning to do?
What was written in the gradual book of Psalms and Revelation? As the 7 D-swords are gathered, the colossal serpent of darkness shall appear. It is the embodiment of the purity of wicked hearts, one wicked heart capable of slaughtering another. A being that can devour the corrosion, shatter the wicked-hearted king's body, and instill heterogeneity in his homogeneity.
I don't know how to pronounce that.
We must make the colossal serpent appear so that it may overthrow Gladual.
Ayase was still trembling, and yet she readied her D-sword all the same, and closed her eyes the very next moment. It almost seemed like she was meditating. But even after waiting a moment, nothing happened. Meanwhile, the sky had turned fully black. If I didn't know any better, I would have thought it was nighttime. But no, the sun hadn't set. It was the black miasmata amalgamated into a mist that was spreading across Shibuya. Transforming into a wave, it sought to drown the city in wicked hearts. It slowly crept over the rubble-filled earth, painting every inch it touched black. Suddenly, it eroded. It swept over our feet. A crooked despair came from my mouth. The corroded world was now rotting away. It decomposed, crumbled, and then it all returned to nothing. People, corpses, and debris alike, or debris. Is debris a real word? Or is it just debris, plural? Everything slowly melted together, and from the amalgam came an overpowering rotten stench. It's just debris. Is it debris? Debris. I say, can you do something? Oh, she's so cute.
Why?
Ayase wasn't responding to me. She simply stared at the D-sword she held in her hand, her eyes on the verge of tears. Oh.
We collected all 7 D-swords, so why does it not appear? If left unabated, Gladual will swallow the world whole.
Why? So true. This sprite is my favorite Ayase sprite.
Did I truly have to gather all 7 Black Knights themselves? I must have had to follow the prophecy precisely, and I failed.
The black wave was growing even faster than before. It had only been up to my ankles a few seconds ago, but now it was already up to my knees. Strangely enough, I felt some resistance to the flow of it. Did it actually have a physical substance? Was it really not just a simple illusion? Filled with horror, a shiver ran down my spine. Shibuya was actually gonna rot away. I say just come up with a delusion that'll defeat Gladwell. Unable to hold it any longer, I screamed at her, but Ayase just shook her head.
The book of Gladwell are not my delusion.
Even then, it should be possible for you, or even me, to just distort the prophecy, come up with a new delusion, and make it reality, right? Isn't that what Gigomaniacs, I mean Black Knights, do?
But Takumi.
Ayase stared my way, her gaze pleading with me.
I do not know what to do.
Oh God. I was at a loss for words. The world was covered by black miasma. The sky was pitch black, blotting out any and all light. Not even a single star remained. The black wave was already up to my hips. It felt like I was going to be washed away by the current any second now. It took everything I had to stay standing. Of course, behind me melted into liquid and was then swept away by the churning waters. If I let it swallow me up, that was exactly what was going to happen to me too. The mere thought terrified me so much I wanted to scream at the top of my lungs. What do I do? What the hell do I do? I desperately tried to think of a solution, but I couldn't think of any. I was no hero, I was just an otaku freak. And even though I'd finally gotten a D-sword, I had no idea how to use it, so that had ended up being just as useless to me. Everyone would be better off if I just died. I should get impaled by a bunch of stakes and bleed out, like in the crucifixion case. But right when I thought that, I suddenly remembered something. The songs Fez had written, their lyrics. Wait, sing for me. Sing a song! Yo, put some cool beats on. I need this. Despite how it might have sounded, it wasn't something I'd come up with as a last resort. Now I was convinced that it was the best and only solution I could have ever come up with. Your songs are how you share your delusions with the world, Ayase. And the world she spun with them captivated the youth of Shibuya. The Gladwell saga was a legend of dubious authenticity that might or might not have been true. It could have just been Ayase's delusion, and she was the only one who had any knowledge of it. But that didn't matter. The legend had been spread to the youth of Shibuya through phantasm songs. Therefore, mutual recognition had already been achieved. It's just so sing your heart out. Sing your song to overthrow Gladwell, Fez.
You're telling me to sing right now.
Didn't you say that guidance appears through songs or something?
Yes, I did say that. And then I came to meet you at that concert, Takumi.
Ayase extended her hand to me. I took her hand in my own and squeezed it tightly. Oh.
You like my songs, Takumi?
Yeah. Wow, it really is Ayase no Uta. Wait, true. I listened to the album I'd bought from the concert many times. I left the concert early due to my fear of crowds, but she made me want to try again and again and again, however many times it would take. Seeing me nod along, Ayase smiled blissfully.
Well, if your words are true, then I am not bothered by the idea of perishing here. I will say, listen well, Takumi.
Also, hi, Muffin. Ayase closed her eyes, took a few moments to focus before finally letting out a deep breath. Then she opened her eyes. She was no longer Ayase anymore. Yo, did she get a backtrack too? She was Fez from Phantasm.
A contract of blood to seal her sin.
She quietly murmured the song's name, and then she burst into song. Her voice reverberated toward the pitch black sky. Guys, don't make me sing again. Strike the stake! Strike the stake! steak. Read the dark night. I don't remember how this went. And bathed in moonlight. Thousands of iron hammers become thy pain. Now thou art released. Before long the screens flutter in the air, and the night sky is dyed a brilliant red. The crossed stakes become your strength, and you'll soon reach salvation. The lyrics were in. Wow, thanks for the thumbs up. Ski desu ka? Watashi no uta. Thanks for the pachi. Yeah, pachi. I say, strike the stake. The song wasn't prophesizing the crucifixion case at all. Combine the 7 D swords and drive them into the dark night. There was no doubt in my mind. It was a song meant to overthrow Gladwell, a song to release Ayase from her world corroded by rust and red. Destroy your world, Ayase! Ayase stared at me, her eyes burned with a fiery passion. Ayase looked her most beautiful when she was singing. Her energy had completely changed. The damsel in distress from before was nowhere to be seen. Ayase understood what I was trying to say, and without saying a word, she nodded. I poured all my strength into our joined hands, and while desperately fighting against the power of the black wave, I entrusted my D-sword to Ayase. Here, take my little needle. The moment she grabbed it, it was engulfed in red light and swiftly disappeared. But it hadn't been destroyed. As if it had been guided there, the red light was taken in by Ayase's D-sword. Once I knew that for sure, I let go of Ayase's hand. You got this, girl. Yo! Wait, is she kinda epic? Ayase unleashed her power as a black knight. An enormous burst of wind came forth, blasting the world with enough force to make everything around her tremble. The black wave was struck by that pressure, turning into a whirlpool. There wasn't a fragment of her usual indifference in her anymore. Ayase took a stance. She spread her legs, lowered her hips, and held her sword high. Okay, epic music in the back. Her whole body was overflowing with not just strength, but a strong will, the will to look toward the future. She was just barely able to hold back her urge for pure destruction. She had to wait for the perfect opportunity to unleash it all. The red flicker of the sword grew faster. The sword is that which bends fate to its will. The sword is that which converges all sorrows. The sword is that which interferes with the transcendental planes. Fueled by wicked hearts designed to rend others, its edge was double. It was the manifestation of all the cries for salvation that arose from Ayase's soul, an embodiment of Ayase's chaotic heart. Ayase's gaze was focused on a single point, the black heavens. The ones that shrouded my blue sky, the ones that shrouded Ayase's red sky, a sky born from all the impurity dwelling within wicked hearts, one that brought nothing but darkness to the world. The only thing I could do was pray. Would the Black Knights triumph, or would Gladwell prevail? Our fate was resting on Ayase's shoulders. And yet, for some inexplicable reason, I knew, just as foretold in the legend Ayase had orchestrated, we would never lose to a wicked-hearted king. So Ayase, strike it! Strike it and pierce to the world itself! Open the heaven's gate! Her entire body curved like a bow being drawn. And then, with all the strength vested in her, she cast her shot forth. Yo! The sword carved a trail of light, blew away the darkness with a loud boom. Oh. When I came to, the brilliant light had returned to the world. The sky was blue. The color that couldn't be put into words. And yet I knew the sky I was looking at right now was most definitely blue. Galadriel must have been overthrown, or at the very least, the black miasma plaguing the world had disappeared. And now a warm, soft hand tightly clasped my own. Ayase was standing by my side, looking up to the exact same sky I was. Without saying a word, tears poured from her eyes. Yo! Wait, Ayase is so cute. Skip cussing? Did I actually skip it? Oopsies. To think blue is such a beautiful color. Oops, I didn't whisper that. You can see it? I can't. It's not super important. It was like I just missed like the sky turning or getting or whatever. Oopsies. I can't. I'm seeing the same color in the sky as you Takumi. And what a clear color it was. So clear I could feel it in my chest. So clear it almost hurt to look at. It had story text. Oh. Awkward. Maybe I'll look at it after. Who knew the sky above was so clear? Before now, I never once realized. Shibuya was in shambles, transformed into a city of death. Not even a glimmer of its former glory was left in it. And yet Ayase appeared more dazzling than ever, looked fondly over it all. I could never have imagined the world would be such a beautiful place. And with those words, Ayase gently clasped my hand. Yo, she's saved from Meat World. When we actually fixed her. Hey, wait, they didn't give me a... I guess her thing counted... Wait. She didn't get like an end song credit thing? Wait, let me look up the cutscene I missed, lol. I say ending. Chaos head. Oh. Okay, wait. Wait, it's literally the thing. Wait, that was the whole ending song, bruh. Oopsies. Okay. Wait, let's watch it together, guys. Let me close this so it doesn't play in the background. Hey! Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I fucked it all up. I didn't know that it skipped the whole thing. They didn't even ask me. I thought it was like advance to next text. Gusendheit. Thank you. Taskaru. Yeah. Let me find it. Minecraft. I did the same thing, lol. They make that thing way too easy to skip. Okay. Let's watch it together, guys! No, it's muted! Ah, hell nah! Wait, they hate me, actually. Oh, wait, just kidding, it's not muted. My bad! This doesn't have music. Okay. The sword carved a trail of light, blew away the darkness with a loud boom, and pierced through the vermilion heavens. Is that too loud? It had completely penetrated it. The sky began to crack. The crack spread throughout the entire sky, and before long, accompanied by a flood of sound, the entire world shattered. Okay, wait. That's what I'd add. Me when I miss a whole damn song? No! Because I clicked spacebar! Ami, 押しを寄せて崩れた。Wow, thoughts on ISA route, guys? I think yours is still my favorite. But her one's not bad. I feel like it was kind of short. Am I crazy? Like, even with my tax debacle, this would be like 2 hours long. I liked how strange it was. Yeah, she was kind of strange. I'm surprised they did not elaborate on her getting tortured at the medical facility. I was like, what was going on with that? And then they never talked about it again. I think I like this one the most. Really? I still can't believe I skipped the credits. How could this happen? How embarrassing. Guys, what do I do now? I guess we can start to farm for Senna's. I mean, it's fairly obvious why ISA was being tortured at Arkhar once you know what Project Noah is. I'm just like surprised, like, she never talked about it. Go play Bachog Souls. Wait, guys, we have to set up for Senna. Even though I low-key could just do this off stream, but might as well do it since we're here. Okay, I have to look up how to get this Senna route. Oh wait, it's actually Kozue's route next. Lol. Guys, remember Kozupi? Next Chaos Head stream is gonna be me doing freaking uwu voice. Like, whatever. I'm pushing my VA skills to the extremes. Kozupi could be Secret Peak. I don't know, I feel like nothing will ever hit like Yua did. Maybe it's because I was so like... was it? I wasn't expecting anything out of Yua. That like it hit even more. He's just gonna have some weird shit revealed. I guess that's true. Bro, when I have to do this every single time. Maybe Kozupi helping her finally go on the rampage like she wants to. He like kills everybody. I just think Kozupi is cute and I like saying Kozupi. Yeah, her name's really cute. Kozupi. This is all the way in chapter 3. So we got a little bit of skipping to do, guys. I don't care. Mizuki-kun, I don't gaff right now. Whose eyes are those eyes? Yes. Click, 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 click. Sonome, darenome. Yeah. Whose eyes are those eyes, guys? Is we. Misumu route went though. I'm still so like caught off guard that like what Takumi said at the beginning of her route. Guys, it should have been something. I'm just saying. Anyways, I think my ranking. My ranking is that it's Yua, Nanami, and then Ayase, but that's not to say that Ayase's route was bad. I still liked it, but I just like the others more. If that makes sense. Maybe there's a fan route you can mod in with yaoi scenes. That's like way too much work. I'm sure somebody on AO3 wrote something though. Also, Mugen Daraku. Thanks for following! I forgot how to say thank you. Or not thank you, but like thank you for following. Arigato! But who knows? Maybe... I'm kind of curious what Remy has in store. And I guess Senna too, because Senna has been moe sometimes. Are we at the pegging part of the game yet? No. No. Unless Kozupi's a pegger, which I don't think... Well... It'd be quite a turn of events if she was. Because he's so small. But honestly, I think Takumi Takumi has no he's not very dominant, is he? Sentence Route is just 1 hour foot job cutscene. It might be. Not that I'm complaining. It might be best route yet. Me when I rip a fart. Just kidding. I would never do that. Okay. We're almost there. Yeah, let's check that route real quick. No, we have to do Kozupi's. Okay. Okay, what to talk about? I don't know, I just think Ayase's route should have been a little longer. Or at least I would have liked it to be a little longer. Donk. I think after stream, I'ma help myself to a nice, delectable hot pocket. Yo, wait. Hello, Karomi. Rebel Raid. Hello. Thank you for raiding. What were you doing? Also, hello, Tamapochi and Behoibi and Grimm's Venus. Fudge? Oh, when you don't copy it right. Did you copy Leo's message? Also, Froggy Shy Bot, thank you for following. What kind of Hot Pockets? I'm gonna have the pepperoni one. Or like the pizza one, or whatever they're called. I feel like there's no better Hot Pocket than the thing. The chat moved. Oh, awkward. At August Joy. What does this mean? Ham and cheese kind of classic? Really? I feel like it's been forever since I've had ham and cheese, but I think I totally devour that. Alright, Ayase's route is please let me ogle you more. Oh, sorry. Wait, we're still not on Senna. I'm sorry. Sorry guys. No. Oh wait, freak. Oh my goodness. Hey Raiders. Hello Bananito Feliz. Hello. I hope you had a awesome stream too. Also, Aron Stowe. Hi. Okay, double raid. I don't want to accidentally go on Senna route. Well, actually, I guess we could save if we accidentally go on hers. Okay, well, we just can answer incorrectly, surely. What were you doing in your stream? Have you had Costco chicken bake before? Yes, they're so good, but they take so long in the oven. I have to wait an hour just to have a chicken bake? Low-key kind of worth, though. Actually, the most divine thing Costco has made. Before they axed churros! I can't believe they got rid of it. Now I gotta find my churros elsewhere, which I don't even know where I'm supposed to get a churro from. Hi, happy night. How are you? I'm doing well, despite getting an upsetting letter from the New York tax people. I hope you are well though. Don't. Also, welcome in Kaijo. Churros, yeah. I don't have no Costco membership. My parents do, so don't mind if I do. I've never had one before. What? Never had a chicken bake? They're so awesome and delectable. The police are at your door. They flew like an 8-hour flight to just collect $0 from me. That's my first. It's the first time my name is said correctly in English. Really? What do people normally pronounce it like? The chicken bake scares me? Why? It's literally so yummy. Actually, best thing ever. Also, you like chicken, so why does it scare you? Are you just scared that you can't eat anything else after experiencing the chicken bake? And sure enough, someone was there. Okay, we have to react positively. It has lettuce in it, I guess? Does it actually? I don't remember there being lettuce. Okay. Could she be trying to help me? Okay, we're gonna answer yes and accept the last one. So, yes. We have 4 yeses. And 2 and 1 no. This transfer student must be a professional exorcist? Yes. She acts frail, but that's all it is, an act? Yes. Maybe I should have saved before this. She must be here to kill Remy? Fuck! Wait, low-key forgot which yes I was on. Let's put it over here. I'll leave you in the background while I play. Good luck on stream. Thank you. Have fun doing whatever you're doing. Guys, yes. The 2 of them should just kill each other. No. Did I successfully get on her route, or did we fail? Let's see. It'd be really awkward if I didn't. Gulp. Wait, did we ever find out the color? No, the color was Shogun. I thought. Or maybe, I can't remember whether it's Shogun or the detective guy. The evil detective guy. Because I know that Shogun was trying to pressure Takumi some way. So he'd get his D-sword. But I don't remember if that was him. I don't know. I definitely think they did say, though. I just forgot. I'm scared that I didn't actually get on her route. I guess we'll never know until we actually reach chapter 7, and that's a whole lot of skipping. I'm scared, I'm scared! What if we did it wrong? Guys, you counted 4 yeses and 1 no, right? Gulp. No, that's your job! You guys are gonna sit through this again! Oh, thank God. Guys, we actually did okay. We successfully got onto the route. I forgot, what did we do last time? Did we just read it anyways? And then... I think we read this anyways, and then we went, I guess, on the official route. But honestly, they're kind of short. So maybe I should just leave everything. I don't know. Scratching my head. Not that there's that much content in, like, this part. What to do? Do the whole route right now? But I'm hungry. I'm hungry, though. Wait, Riggs, are you still here? How long is Kozupi's route compared to Ayase's? What stopped you from eating on stream? It's just that, you know, I just want to have some alone time with my Hot Pocket. Is that so much to ask for? Also, Kaijo, thank you for following me. But I could start cooking it. I think Riggs is dead. Maybe I'll look it up. How long are the... Oh, how long is each character route in Chaos Head Noah? Bruh. Why is nobody saying, maybe I should say specifically, how long is Kozupi route? Kozupi. Bruh, nobody said anything. Okay. I feel like Kozue's wasn't very long, but it's been a long time since I played. Be careful, spoilers. Yeah, I can't find it, guys. Oh. Whatever, we'll just do what we did last. Well, I kind of want my food, though. Okay, fine, I'll read it, though. As the final class ended, the stuffiness of the school day gave way to a restful afternoon. Alone, Orihara Kozue plodded her way out through the front gate. Starve? Wow. This is my fan base, by the way. As she walked, her lazed motions and lowered head highlighted her frailty. With her knit eyebrows and muddled expression, it seemed as if she were holding back tears. All routes have semi-similar lengths, so I don't know. Okay. Having just transferred schools, Kozue felt isolated from her peers. However, that was only natural for her. She would never speak. Even when called on by a teacher to solve a problem or read from a book, she would just fidget in her seat, tears welling in her eyes. Not a single person in the school had ever heard her voice, neither student nor teacher. Kozue constructed walls between herself and them, and those made curious by the novelty of a transfer student were quick to drift away. Even then, one or two inquisitive classmates were still determined to speak with her, but she had no desire to open her heart to them. Still, she never felt that her situation was particularly urgent. Even though it was only one person, she did have a friend. An older girl that was not in her class. Given that Kozue was new in town, the girl was the only person in all of Tokyo that she could confide in. Also, good night, Dino! Other than her, she felt she did not need to make friends. She did not need to get along with her classmates. All she wanted was to continue living her quiet life. On this evening in Shoto Park, one could hear the sounds of children playing alongside the pond's bank. A boy happened to pass right by Kozue on a trail along the waterside. In his hand, he held a petite mirror that displayed the face of its owner. Two housewives, likely the mothers of the children at play, were chatting on a bench. Kozue could hear their voices clearly. There's a strange video floating around about a trifold mirror. It's awfully scary. Oh, is it? I haven't seen it, so I can't say I would know. What exactly is a trifold mirror? Here is one of these with the 3 mirrors in a row that fold out. Oh yeah, I've seen mirrors like that before. So you were saying something about a creepy video? Kozue stopped dead in her tracks near the bench. Her forehead became sickeningly slick with sweat. The woman put their talk on pause, glancing questioningly at the odd girl before them. Suddenly becoming aware of herself, Kozue rushed away from the park. Mirrors. For Kozue, they were a great source of psychological trauma. Not wanting to recall the past, she frantically fought to keep the memories from flooding her mind. She told herself she was overthinking it, and again continued walking toward the station. Yo, that's Sabraton on the thing. As she approached the front of Bunkamachi, her eyes were assailed by light, a glaring and radiant light. Kozue shivered in fear. So many times in the past, she had been assaulted like this by reflections in the mirror. Her mind overflowed with panic, unable to hold down her nightmarish past any longer. Was it coincidence, or was she being targeted? She looked all around, praying it was just a misunderstanding. A short distance away, a white station wagon came to a stop. A man leaned out of his driver's window. In his hand was a mirror. He seemed to be adjusting his angle. The light struck Kozue's eyes again and again. Frightened, she raised her hands to block the light, dashing across the pedestrian scramble in order to escape. Her mind ran rampant with terror and disorder. She wanted to get home as quickly as possible. She did not want to be here. Tears streamed down her face. It had to be a coincidence. She desperately repeated these words to herself, wiping away the tears with her fingers. Just then. Oh. Man, she's getting like flashbanged by everybody. Light assailed her eyes once again. Its glare dazzled her, violently piercing her gaze. The car from earlier had followed her. This time, only the driver's arm protruded from the window, and in his hand, he still held that very same mirror. Snapping out of her trance, she put everything she had into running for the station. She bumped into numerous pedestrians while pushing through the crowd. The fear kept her moving, paying no mind to all the mockery and insults sent her way. Upon arriving at the station, she turned around only to find the white car had stopped at a traffic light at the Scramble Crossing. Kozue hid under the shadow of the Hachiko statue, huddling in place with bated breath, struggling to comprehend all that had happened. In her head, the same phrase repeated like a broken record. Also, it looks like this route is 2 to 3 hours, by the way. Okay. It's just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence.
セーラー服燃え
Oh. That sailor suit's so hot, it's on fire. Startled by the voice, she lifted her head. A man, seemingly a college student, stood by the Hachiko statue as if waiting for someone. He stood alone, his back turned to Kozue, and he spoke into the phone pressed against his ear. His voice echoed in her head. That sailor suit was so hot, it was on fire. The man did not turn toward her. The phone remained against his ear. He seemed to be listening to whoever was speaking on the other end. However, not once did the man chime in or nod. He simply stood there, still as could be. Was he really on the phone?
瀬戸内の花嫁最高
Yeah, my bride from the seashore is fantastic. The voice echoed once again. She could not understand how or why, but the man was speaking of things related to her painful past. She began to tremble. It frightened her to even so much as look at the man. She slowly crouched down on the spot, covering her ears. Hey, I just slipped through Isis and Kozue's route, and it looks like Kozue's about the same or a little longer.
Okay.
Leave her alone.
It's all a coincidence.
She continued silently chanting this to herself. As she sat there, crouching in place, an hour passed. Many people passed by, but none tried to speak to her. When she finally managed to timidly raise her hand, she found that the man was long gone.
Excuse me.
Hick. Not excused? Wow. Why not? When I'm hated. And everybody hates me. Everybody hate watches me. Guys, stop that. Love and peace only. Just as I treat you all. Never expected Tanya to be the bully. It's always the people you least expect. Do I treat you how you treat me? More or less. Dude, earlier when I was watching Soli play Mahjong, like a Nier song came on the playlist, and I was like, low key, what if I played Nier instead of Chaos Head and I just switched it? But I persevered because I stick to my schedules. Smiles. I miss Nier. Well, it'll happen. On what day did I pick? Saturday or Sunday? Wait, I kind of forgot though. Oh, it's on Friday. Guys, rejoice. It's only 2 days from now. Saturday? Wow. Imagine being loud and wrong. Low-key, what if you played 13 Sentinels? What if I just made it a Batsu game? It's another long-term Batsu punishment. It's finishing 13 Sentinels and also finishing the Great Ace Attorney. Let's hope I'm awake for Nier. What? It's at 8 p.m. though. Unless you go to sleep early now. I don't know if you saw, but you made a funny face when you said that. You think I look at myself while I stream? The answer is only sometimes. But I did not see. What if you read Super Hebe on stream? I don't think I can with that one. Considering future events.
I don't think I can.
It's like, you know, it's worse than school days. Yo, King's Game! That everybody strips. But you know, I haven't seen anything crazy yet. Not to spoil chapter 2, but it was a boobyless chapter. Itches. Also, I feel like that game would take forever if I was playing on stream. Not that Chaos Head is any shorter, but like... Actually, I don't know. Let me look that up. Putting my lotion away. I don't... Who's gooning to Subahibi? Or you know what? As a matter of fact, who is gooning to visual novels? Me. Oh. Yikes. I don't know. Even with my yaoi games, I'm in it for the story, but like actually, I feel like it's not my preferred medium. Yeah, probably not the story ones. Wait, let me see. Subahibi V N DB. Yes, this screwdriver scene is really important to the story. Yeah. It low-key kind of was though, guys. I'm kind of half tempted to play through my yaoi games, like replay them on stream. Just so I can... So you guys can understand all the things I've read and all my references. And maybe you guys can understand your sub-badges a little bit more. But that could also just be a Discord thing, because there is a lot of penis. But then again, there's no coochie and boobies. So maybe it might be safer? I don't know. I would be interested in Hashihime. True. I love Hashihime. And honestly, that's like a pretty readable one where I like won't get jump scared by I don't know. You know? Is that the yaoi game you've been wanting us to read? Not the screwdriver one. Hashihime is the one that is actually good, guys. It's actually good. Even if you don't like yaoi. I just think that like I don't know. I thought it was very relatable. What if we want to see the penis though? I mean, there is it. It's just like not that present or like not frequent. But also like the erotic CGs in Hashihime are not erotic. They're like they're not appetizing. If that it makes sense. I think it's just the way that they colored the wiener. If they just look so pale and sad. I'm like, I wish it was pixelated. I distinctly saw a sword. No. Relatable yaoi? Well, not the yaoi part. It was more of like it's commentary on other things. I was like, wow, this kind of hits home. I can see the sword from other places than here. No. Okay, we freaking did it. Why is there another one? I don't know if I can handle reading 3 visual novels at the same time. It's okay. I'll probably finish Subahibi before I force you guys to read Hashihime. I think Hashihime is not too long. Let me actually look. I mean, when I close my tab. Oh my goodness, wait, this game's 45 hours long. I could have totally read Subahibi on stream. Well, just kidding. At least just not for the lengthwise. Wow. That was kind of bold and brave of me to start a visual novel that was 45 hours long. I guess we are on like VOD number 15 or something. I guess this is the 16th one. Let me try to think. Oh, Super Hebe's 50. So it's like 5 more hours then. Oh. Yeah, what's going on? Wait, guys, lock in. There was little indication that there was any people present in the back alley of Center Guy. The breathing of a girl, Orihara Kozue, could faintly be heard resounding through it. Oh. Wait, did she do it? She cradled a gargantuan sword, or perhaps it was not a sword. Its unique shape brought its identity into question. It was more akin to a snowboard. The sharpness of the blade could not compare to one, however, its surface was stiff and it exuded a brutish aura. Wielded against another person, it could slice through them with ease, all while grinding every bone in their body to dust. Maroon blood trickled down the blade, clinging to its edges. Edge? A young man in front of Kozue attempted to crawl away. Despite the puddles of filthy water, he tried desperately to get even a little bit farther away from her. Kozue's face held a brilliant grin as she stared at the man. There was no trace of her usual cowering, timid personality. She was enjoying herself. Her cheeks were flushed, perhaps from excitement. Her sword in her hand had been used on 2 others before the man, and it had been a remorseless bloodbath.
Kozupi's not gonna kill you, but the baddies need to be punished.
Man, maybe she is like the Gamoe of being small and delicate, but Dami-mami. The faces of the vulgar young men were bloodied and swollen. Until only moments ago, they had been tormenting Kozue's classmate, Nishijo Takumi. She had heard the voices of their hearts by chance. Multiple boorish voices had wrenched their way into her head as she was passing by. Piece of shit, don't look down on me, you Esper freak. Die, I'll beat you to death, you little shit. Pathetic cunt, I'll whoop your ass. Fucking die, Esper. Shut your goddamn mouth, fuck. I'm so pissed, I'm gonna end you. That stupid bitch gave me the cold shoulder. This is revenge, fucker. Shut the hell up. Rot in hell, fucking die already, you fake fucking Esper. The hell does it take to kill you? Fuck, just die. This shit's just what I was told to do. This shit... wait. This shit's just what I was told to do. This shit get the money. I'll make a shit ton of money. I fucking up. I get money. I want money. I beat him to utter shit. I'll fucking kill you, kid. I'm gonna slaughter you. I'll tear you to pieces. He just learned what fuck is. Christ, it feels so good beating people to a pulp. There's nothing fucking better. I swear it's like I'm fucking high or something. For real, this is fucking fantastic. I don't give a shit about the world. There's nobody who can fucking stop me. The police won't do shit. My old boss won't do shit. My fucking mom won't do shit. Either nobody but me is on the fucking top. There ain't nobody better than me. I'm at the top of the fucking world. Bitch, stay still so I can kick the shit out of you. Holy shit, I'm awesome. I want to kill them. From the cluster of voices formed by perverse hearts, a single voice of rage and hatred rose above. Also, hi, Cycle. Mantis, nope. Recognizing the heart's outcry as Takumi's, Kozue had come running to where he was. She had then attacked the bad men. One more person and justice would be dealt. The threat to Nishijo Takumi and herself would be eliminated. For that reason, Kozue refused to let the young man crawl away. There would be no escape. I take it back. I'm sorry. I'll die. I'm gonna die. You'll fucking kill me. I'll die. I don't want to fucking die. It's not fair. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. I'm gonna fucking die. My guts will spill everywhere. I don't want to fucking die. I want to keep living. I want to live a good life and I want to do all this stuff I always wanted to do. The young man's heart frantically pleaded for mercy. Kozue's wide smile did not fade. Oh. She gripped him by the back of the head, grabbing a fistful of hair and forced him upright. She accomplished this despite the immense disparity in their physical appearances. Lacking the willpower to resist, tears welled up in his eyes as he begged for mercy from the innocent little girl. Kozue's answer was a swift denial, but it was not one she voiced aloud. She simply mouthed the word with one letter at a time with her small mouth. And oh, wait. Oh. Lifting it above her head, the gargantuan sword roared as it approached the man. Okay. Hey, God. Chill out, you're gonna kill him. With one blow, his jaw was pulverized, his shrieks reverberated throughout the alley. The man was blown away, then collapsed in a heap. Blood would have splattered all over Kozue's clothes, but she used her blade to shield herself, allowing her to avoid such an event entirely. With a nod of satisfaction, Kozue erased her sword. Then she glimpsed at Nishijo Takumi, who was collapsed in the corner of the alleyway. Oh. Breathing loudly, her heart murmured. Kozupi wanted to kill them for you, but Kozupi's gonna stop here. She looked kind of silly. I mean, I think everything about Kozupi looks a little silly, especially her facing sprite. But you know what? I'm excited to see where her route goes, actually. Cause she'll protect Takumi. For sure. I kind of forgot how much time we spent with her. We had like our little mini date. I think like besides Remy and Nanami, I think Kozupi might be like the most we spend time with after those girls. Bam 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 bam. Din, 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 din. I won't forget when we took a little booth selfie with Senna. Skips. Hurry up, guys. Also, she always looks so silly. Don't look at me with their symmetrical eyes. Oh. Wait, guys, we made it. Looks like you're gonna have to wait till next time. The sickness unto slaughter. Wow. Well, guess we'll have to wait until next week. What's my next stream, actually? Wait, guys, tomorrow is my random stream day. I still don't know whether I want to play. I do a double Nier stream because I've been itching to play it. Not gonna lie. Minecraft. Do you guys really miss Minecraft that bad? I feel like it makes me tweak out so much when like things don't go my way. I'm JK. Play Nier, please. Wow. So you just lied to my face. I'm tempted to play Nier. There's a very small likelihood that I feel like drawing because I'm not drawing on Sunday. That's for Soli. I don't know. I'll probably do a little jong. It's just gonna be like it's gonna be a mixed media day, okay? I like watching you not game, but also I love Nier, so Oh, so you don't like it when I do game? It's okay. It's whatever. We all have things we'd like and dislike. The merch grind, I don't want to do that on stream, if I'm being honest. Guys, I'm kind of art blocked right now. It's over. I don't know what I want to do. I need to spend some time off stream drawing because I don't know how to draw anymore. Well, it's not like I don't know how to draw. It's more like I don't know how I want to draw. I'm going through an art style crisis, not an art block. If that makes sense. But it is what it is. We always go through this. I'm forever tormented. Wow, there's so many people streaming today. Let's see who to raid. Scratching my head. When was the last time I rated Fang? She was here in one of my, was it art stream? An art stream a while ago. So, have I ever? I feel like I have once. That's very Fangu. Oh wow, she's still alive. Quick, guys, we need to raid into her before she ends. Lol. Yeah, let's just do motor raid. Guys, can we get also the raid message number 2? Let's go. Alright, see you guys tomorrow for a high likelihood of Nier, but who knows where the wind blows tomorrow. It's gonna be, if I have a lot to chat about, maybe it's, a little chatting, a little bit of Jong, a little bit of, I don't know. Probably just Nier, if I'm being honest. Stream is over already. You have a couple seconds left. Thanks for stream. Yeah, you're welcome. I'll post our VN Club Subahibi reading schedule probably in an hour on Discord, okay? Okay. Bye guys. See you tomorrow at 8 p.m. PST again. Same time. Alright. Bye!